I mean, it's been like a month, right?
We've gone back to that tower, but I think we finished up there.
Yeah.
And we were doing stuff on boats or something. But I
So
forget where we were going or why.
you murdered pretty much all the people at the tower,
It's only murder when innocent people die.
and but what's her name flew away with magic, and you found evidence that Dagmar von Wittgenstein, rather, like 120 years ago, had gotten this warp stone, really big chunk. You had thought it was going to be below this observatory, but the notes you found there indicate that it was taken back to the Castle Wittgenstein, which is near the town of Wittgendorf, which you're now headed to. You've done a little rumor gathering, and you saw there's a bit of a famine there because the crops have been bad. Eric found out, or Trent rather, had found out that there was a Sigmar temple there. Not, a major one. There's like one priest. Trying to think if there's anything else you guys had discovered before you went. No one really goes there. Most of the river traffic just avoids it. They don't really get traders or anything. They don't seem to have anything to trade. And the place creeps everyone out. The castle's creepy. The town's creepy. People just go on by. So you're going there.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Awesome.
Hey, Andrew, did you get to meet Leon?
Yes, he spoke 2 lines of dialogue to me. And
Wow.
2 days later, I saw him playing, I think, Darktide, maybe?
Oh, wow. You're
Correct.
cooler than Al. He can be our fourth.
To be fair, he said, nice to meet you, and I said something like, let's not go that far. And then Al said, that's Andrew. He's rather unpleasing or off-putting or something.
I think I said he can be off-putting.
Uh-huh. It's quite the introduction. All right. You guys have arrived at Wickendorf. You can see as you dock at their tiny little wharf that the town is very run down. As you're, getting off your boat, and you got William and Theodore, and Renee, was that the name of your captain? I mean, your driver, your sailor lady, whatever. I'm going to call her the captain, even though Andrew calls himself.
Captain Renee. Yeah.
Yeah, Renee. Yeah. Well, they're all hitching the boat up or whatever. Whatever you do, anchoring it, tying it, something.
Yep.
Something you do.
Both things.
You guys can see, just like a first, a couple, and then 6, and then 10, like filthy beggars coming out of like a nearby boathouse down here. Just, streaming towards you guys, slowly, but they're working their way towards you, and you can already tell they're going to be, they're very interested in you. They don't have like weapons out or anything, but you can already hear them. Coins,
and
sir.
beggars, and I only have 4 guns.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably not worth a bullet. Bullets are expensive. You get as you see them getting closer, though, they are just, they're people in bad shape. They're like emaciated, dirty. All of them seem to have like some level of mutation. Like one of them's got 3 eyes. One's got like a tiny little hand coming out of the side of his head. That's all totally legal in the Empire now, though. So, you can't just kill them for that. But like, these people are living rough. I mean, there's a few that just, look normal, other than the fact they're dirty, But yeah, there's a whole mass coming towards your boat. More and more streaming out. It's probably late
I feel
afternoon
like
right
the
now.
warp stone might be close by.
Also, up this way to the north, like if you go up that path, you can see some armored men on horses. From this distance, you can kind of make out a pale-skinned lady who's dressed nicely. At least from this distance, she looks pretty. And there's something going on up there, and there's a few beggars like kind of all around them. But it's hard to see what's going on exactly. But anyway, you've arrived at Wittgendorf. You're on the dock, and slowly but surely, beggars are making their way towards you and probably your boat.
We might want to get them to, pull the boat back out after they drop us off, just to, try to keep some people off of it.
Where do you want us to go, sir?
Well, yeah.
Do we need to maybe split up and leave some people on the boat to guard it? Do we think?
Well, William and Theodore do have hand weapons. I mean, they're not like you guys or anything, combat wise. But
we had been training them up in the downtime.
They can stand there and look menacing with weapons against unarmed beggars, probably, if that's a desire.
Okay.
There's just the two of them plus Renee, though. I'm being a little sexist, although technically now that I look at the stats, Renee is worse than them at combat. But she has a knife. Okay. Anyway, they're not completely defenseless, but I mean, by sheer numbers, if the beggars did indeed want to rush your boat, it probably wouldn't end well for these guys. But only by pure numbers. I mean, not by... These beggars look weak, and they don't look like they have anything. It could be, a clever ruse. Either way, they're coming up to the edge of the dock now, and you can already hear them, begging you for coin, food, just everything. They're not shy.
Yeah.
How many did you say?
Probably about a dozen down by you, and probably twice that many up the hill. That's like a lot of beggars. Given the size of this village, you're like, damn, this must be like half the town. It's just out there begging for whatever. What? To be fair, they're not necessarily all beggars, but they all look poor, emaciated, dirty. Definitely, these are not working people you're staring at. And they don't look like they're eating regularly.
Yeah.
Not all of them are quite bold enough to start coming right up to you because, you guys are all armored and you got weapons. And so a few of them kind of hang back shy, but the rest are, just keep coming up and begging, essentially. And I turn it over to you all.
Okay. They don't look like they got anything contagious, do they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, probably. At the very least, I'm sure they have, like, lice and fleas. And...
Awesome.
Halitosis. I guess that's probably not contagious. But you can smell it. As some of them are pressing closer, they smell worse than probably what you would just expect from dirtiness. Because, I mean, honestly, you guys are probably pretty dirty sometimes, too. In particular, their breath, like on any of the ones that get close to you, seem exceptionally bad.
All right. Do we have somewhere to go?
To the castle.
I don't know that you have a specific place. You knew there was. So you can see right here, this is a inn. It looks pretty ramshackle, but it's better than some of the buildings here. I believe this up here is the Temple of Sigmar, which you can probably see. It's uphill a little bit, so you can kind of see the dome over the top. And then off to the north, maybe like a mile or 2 miles. You know, because you've gone past it on the river, the castle is a mile or two north from the town.
Sure.
Along the way there, like the path runs through a forest, so it's not like a great road, but there is like a dirt road there that heads north. That would be this right here. So if you were to head to the castle, that would be the direction.
Should we check out the
Bar?
temple?
We should gather intelligence at the local tavern.
Which, with the level of destitution of this town, you really think you're going to get anything good at the bar?
I think I'm going to get a lot at the bar for nothing.
Maybe they make their own brew. Maybe it's, bespoke, artisanal.
William and Theodore pull up like the gangplank or whatever, so no one can just walk onto the boat, and they just stand there. There's a couple beggars who come up and kind of look and are asking them for coin, or but they just sort of ignore them. And then the beggars turn around and they're more focused on you guys because you're right there.
All right. I think we just need to start walking.
Okay.
They wanted us to come check on the temple, right?
Who's they?
The other priests of Sigmar. That was one of the reasons we showed up or came here.
I don't remember them asking you to do that. I think you were looking for rumors, and Eric just had found out there was a Temple of Sigmar here.
Okay.
I don't think anyone was like, hey, check on it. Honestly, the impression you got is they didn't really care about this place that much. It was a bit of a nothing burger. There's like one priest out here. They in the Warhammer world, everyone's pretty disposable, so they aren't overly worried about any of their people. I mean, they don't want the temple burning down, I'm sure, because that would be an affront to Sigmar. But how that actual priest is doing, they probably don't really care.
Rude.
Yeah. They'll send Eric off to investigate this stuff. If he dies, whatever, he's replaceable. They'll just send some other guy out there. Chaos is killing people left and right. They just get used to it. You guys are just hardier because you have fortune points. You would have been dead 15 times over by now. Ooh, Eric leveled up. Wait, no. He was just looking.
All right. I think we should wander to the church. Let's go.
Sure.
As you make your way up the path here, some of the beggars follow you. Not all of them. Like a handful. A lot of them are just, disappointed and go back to the shade of the boathouse that they were in. There's a few, still following you, begging for coin. You're pretty much ignoring them. As you work your way up the path here, you run into this other group of people. And you... So, the rest of you don't really make it out till you're close, but Griff sees this kind of as you're heading up, which, if that stops you from heading up, let me know. You actually see one of the guards pull out a sword and cut the arm off one of the beggars who was reaching up for his horse. And, blood spurting everywhere. The beggar goes down on the ground. And a lot of the other ones back up a few steps. As you all get closer, though, you all would now see, there's a guy with a bloody stump in the road there, probably soon to die.
I will take mental note of that particular guard in case I get to kill him later.
So one thing you notice about all the guards is they all have full helms on. You can actually kind of see their image.
I memorize his gait and mannerisms.
He's mounted, but sure. Hey, you know what? You probably pick out his horse better than anything. That said, they are currently there's like an unconscious guy that they we'll call it semi-conscious. It looks like they just got done beating the crap out of him, and they're like throwing him over the back of one of the horses. Not the guy they cut the arm off. To be clear here,
Was he one of the beggars, or
he looks a little healthier. He still looks like he probably doesn't get super regular meals, but no, he's a little cleaner and healthier than the beggars. He's definitely not like adventurer style, full on. You guys are eating regularly, have good gear. He's nothing like you guys. He looks like he's probably like a typical villager here who's not starving to death. They all, the couple of guys near the back, they turn and they're looking at you, but they're not really saying anything. They're just kind of loading the guy onto the horse and getting ready to leave.
okay? I don't know who they are. I think I really care about their business.
Yeah, it's fair. And I gotta make one more check. It lets me. Doesn't. Can I not do attribute checks? Let's see. Nope. Everyone give me an intelligence test. But they're starting right away.
Seems like a rough town.
Those of you with at least a +2, so just Bernard, maybe eventually Trent. I don't know. You can just so you're a little closer now. You can see this woman. She looks a little thin, but she's definitely nobility. You can tell, and you can see a bit of probably a family resemblance between her and like the portraits you had seen in that observatory. But you're not really all that close to her. Definitely the guards are between you and her, and then they're all starting to ride off to the north towards the castle. You're assuming, leaving the bunch of beggars that are now turning to look at you guys, but also the one guy with blood pumping out of his arm will probably be dead any moment now.
Is there anything we could maybe do for him?
Potentially,
I don't know the medicine.
Potentially with a heal check, you could stop the bleeding. Yeah, long term, what that does for him, I don't know. Like he for sure, he's down an arm now.
Right. Well, I can't do that, so
You don't know that guy anyway.
all right. I guess we keep going.
Cool.
I wonder if Rocco ever hooked up with that 15-year-old he was interested in.
We'll never know.
That's why he stopped adventuring. All right, where were you guys headed? The inn is just to the south of you. The Temple of Sigmar was kind of across that bridge to your northwest.
Temple.
All right. So more beggars are begging as you walk by. Some are following you. You're probably up to about 10 now following behind you. Some of them are, just, nicely begging. A few of them are getting rude about it. Oh, you can't bother to give me a coin. Too good for us, huh? Just random bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's head up to the temple. Really wish there was a way to make it not drag slowly in Foundry. So you notice that normally there's like a lot of temples of Sigmar can be decorated the same. There's like often like a big spike that comes out of that dome on the top. That's missing, you notice. The whole place is looking a little bit run down. But, I mean, there it is. You can try to go right in if you'd like. You don't see anyone like to greet you or anything like that. As you cross the bridge and get up by the temple, a lot of the beggars kind of hang back. They don't really seem to want to go up to the temple.
Or do they look nervous, or
Give me
they
an
just
intuition
know they're
roll.
not going to get anything up there?
Yeah, roll
Which
intuition.
kind?
Intuition.
Intuition. Good. Intuition. Oh,
Yeah, you don't know,
that
man.
was double. That was a double zero. Nah.
I mean, that looks like an 89, so I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean, but yeah, no, you're not sure. But there. Actually, hold on. I think I have different. If we're going in, which we probably are. Yeah. All right. One sec. You need to give you light, or is it already lit?
It's sort of lit. You can see in the door, I guess.
So you guys are coming in from the outside, so I'll open that. Light's coming in from the outside. It's probably a bit dark in here. Although I guess they've got lights on the altar, so I guess that's lit. I don't know. You walk in, you see where there used to be an offering box. It's smashed on the ground. Obviously, there's no alms in it anymore. So someone's been in here and smashed that. You see, frescoes on the wall of depictions of Sigmar's life or whatever. None of that's defaced, so that's a good sign. It's not like, oh no, defaced evil temple. But certainly people came in and looted the place is the impression you're getting. It looks like the door ahead of you is open. You see, an altar up ahead. I really don't think those things should be lit unless there's some magic. Oh, they do. Yeah, those are lit. Never mind. You don't see anyone in there though. You do see, the altar up at the front. This looks very standard Sigmar temple from what you're seeing. There's nothing like, oh my god, there's these evil symbols of desecration. Nothing like that. You see a vaulted ceiling with a lot of elaborate script all over it. Do any of you speak or read classical?
Do not.
Eric does. That's the equivalent of like Latin. I thought one of you had that for some reason. Anyway, it's all written in that. Yeah, that's what you see. Griff's right on in there. There's a couple side rooms. There's certainly this looks disused. There's like a layer of dust in here. It doesn't even really look like it's been disturbed much.
Yeah.
Trent, how does this make you feel? Are you angry? Do you have a righteous fury?
He might not be here. He had said AFK a minute.
Dang it.
Riling up? What are you doing?
Oh. I search for tracks. Has anyone been in here?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception roll.
How about a tracking roll? Oh no, you want perception.
Yeah, I think perception's to find it. I don't know, man. No, you're pretty sure. You're looking around, like you see a layer of dust, and you're like, no, really, actually, kind of surprising given the state that you saw the outer room in.
Surprised
one
there's
really
no
seems to be in
homeless
here.
people chilling out in here.
Yeah. Well, it's possible they're worried God will strike them. In a world where gods are real, I suppose it's you don't want to fuck around and find out sometimes, maybe. Although clearly someone was at least willing to get the alms box. Does anyone have Sixth Sense talent? Probably not.
Nope.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
mainly for magic users, isn't it?
I think. Well, yeah, maybe. So yeah, there are 2 lanterns that are lit and burning. That's probably what stands out to you the most. And
Someone was in here lighting stuff, or are these just burning forever?
yeah, I mean that's the question, right?
That is the question. Okay.
I search.
Well, I go
Um,
up and I examine one of the torches and see if it looks like it is giving off normal heat, or if it seems like it's magical light or anything. Like, I try and see if it will catch, maybe like a piece of paper or something on fire or not.
Yeah. They're. I don't. You'd have to like break one open to get the actual flame, but you can feel heat given off from them. They're like enclosed lanterns, though, like glass lanterns. I mean, you could take one. Like you wouldn't have to break it. You could probably take one apart of it to get at the inside if you want to check that. Tilly, you actually do notice after a moment. So you were kind of checking the main area of the room for tracks. You had not found them, but now as you're wandering around, you do find over here little signs of tracks going through that door there.
Kind of tracks. Humans.
Human. Well, yeah. Give me a tracking roll.
Okay.
Humans.
Humans.
That was pretty good. Not only can you tell they're human, they seem to specifically like hug the south wall and then come up along the west wall, like they're trying to avoid the room as much as possible, which is why you did not initially see them when you were looking.
Okay.
They don't just go from door to door; they kind of go in that L shape.
I relay this information to my party members.
Griff, up by the altar, you see a big statue of Sigmar, holding its hand out, all
I'm
Kree
gonna
style.
move his arms around to open up secret doors. I learned about this.
All right. You also see on the altar a
Wonder
book.
if Trent will be mad if I break Sigmar's arm off.
You see a book
Probably.
and a key, and give me a perception roll.
Yeah, I noticed the key was pretty prominent on that map there.
Yeah, they really did make that pretty prominent.
Skills.
Can Griff read?
I'm familiar with shape magic, but I cannot discern it. No.
Okay. And then let me see here. Yeah. How did I just lose it? Yeah. Let me just roll. Yeah, you start messing around with the arm, and actually, as you push it upward, there's a grinding noise.
Oh my god, I'm a genius.
The altar
Explodes.
starts lowering into the ground.
Does this happen at every temple, Trent? This is cool.
I really hope there's a fungus man in there.
Oh my god.
Hey, we got a YouTube comment that says Jew. Cool.
Jew?
Awesome. Yeah. Sounds like
Wow.
a real winner. Let me
You
go
are
ahead and
really hitting the big times.
yeah.
Maybe it's a mistype.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he misspelled you.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So I guess all of our attention is drawn to this sinking altar. Anything else spectacular happening at this point?
No, just that grinding noise. It stops after a moment and a little like spiral
Okay.
stairway going down. It's very national treasure.
Awesome. Do we want to take this, guys?
I think we should check this door over here first. There's people's running around.
Oh, there's people here. We know this.
Yeah, my spidey
Make
sense.
sure that someone says that.
All right. Well, you guys check that door. I'll wait here and make sure nobody runs in and down the stairwell. How's that?
One
Oh,
sec.
okay.
I think this map is marked incorrectly, so I need to Nope. Area G. All right, this doesn't make any sense. I guess there's just two ways down there. All right, cool. Yeah, all right.
I
What are we
listen
doing?
at the
I'm sorry.
door. Tilly listens at the door.
That sounds wonderful. Why don't you give me a perception roll?
Hear anything over the grinding noise?
No. That must mean it's safe. I open the door.
Yeah, that's fine. The door
I can't
opens.
quite
You're
line up with it.
what's that?
I said I can't quite line up with it because of the grid.
Oh, let me turn off the snap to grid. You may need some light. Pretty dark
Anybody
in here.
got light? These
Yeah,
lantern things will do, right?
Grab a lantern if you want.
Take a lantern.
My lantern. There, I've put a light on you.
Whoops.
All right. How do I put a light on me?
I already did it.
Right click on your token and
Oh,
top left,
okay.
there should be a torch button, which should be good enough for what we're doing.
All right.
You know what? It sure looks like there's a window right there, though, so hold on. Let me add some window light.
This room doesn't look so good, guys. It's all red.
All right, well, I added a window light, so you probably should have been able to see a little better.
That's not normal for a.
I know why. The window is all like painted over.
That's not like.
That's not normal
Sigmar.
Sigmar. Yeah.
So I get Trent in here. I'm like, hey, buddy. I don't think this is right.
Um. So this looks like a Trent would know this. Eric's not here at the moment, but Trent would know this. This is probably a normal room they would have that is meant for receiving bodies before burial, preparing the body, whatever they're going to do. That said, there's an awful lot of blood all over here. That's not normal. And you can see like some gnawed bones, little scraps of bone here and there, and just blood, all over, mostly around the altar. Although you see some leading down through that, the door to the north.
How fresh is this blood?
Looks pretty dried. Not fresh. It's more like stains at this point, not actual blood.
Is there a body on this?
There's no, not really. There's some bones like on the floor. Maybe they're human, maybe they're not. You could do like a heal check to try to figure that out.
Sure. I don't do heal checks.
Neither
Neither
does
does
Griff.
Griff. Dude, somebody died here. Or was put here after they died.
Or
I searched the room. Anything suspicious?
Yeah, all the blood. I mean,
Yeah,
Not
you're
gross.
perception roll.
Any evil utensils?
Evil utensils?
Yeah,
like an evil fork.
daggers, evil daggers, evil forks.
Adam wasn't even there for the utensil problem.
So your perception test is good enough to actually see. Do you read?
Me?
Who reads other than Trent? I know Trent reads. Does anyone else
I
in the
read.
party? Okay.
Pretty sure I'm let it
Really
read.
read.
You do see. That doesn't work. Never mind. I'll save that roll for later. No, you don't see anything.
Okay.
I mean, nothing
don't see
interesting.
anything?
You see some footprints through here for sure. A lot of them are heading to that door to the north.
Then I will.
But other than
listen to
that, no.
door.
Bones that definitely look gnawed upon. Dried blood. That's about it. The window's got like stuff piled in front of it to block the sunlight. What
I
are you
listen
looking-
to that door to the north.
You hear nothing.
All right. I'll open it on up.
All right. You see stairs heading downward, and you feel the cool air coming from below.
All right. Do you want to go down now, or you want to keep checking up here?
Well, there's another door here. We should check that one too.
There's a door over here too. You're gonna send somebody over to that one. All right, Derek. I listen at this other door.
Yeah, you don't hear anything.
All right. Hey, look at that.
So it's a smallish room. What you see looks like there's some old, still usable like ceremonial robes. Nothing fancy or worth money. There's some like clay bowls. Most of them have been smashed. Probably tools and stuff they use for what they do when they prepare the bodies for burial.
Mm-hmm.
Supply closet, essentially, for that.
Yep. All right.
No
So
blood
Tilly's
in
gonna
here.
make it. I go over to this door, and I listen at this door.
Yeah, no, you don't hear anything.
Okay. Open it up.
You just see a little hallway with a door at the end and a door on either side there.
I will check those out too.
Sure, which one you opening
Perception-wise?
first? Oh, You listen.
South
You
one.
don't hear anything.
South one.
All right. Opening that up, it looks like a kitchen.
Okay.
A
lot of excess blood in this kitchen.
Well, you do not see. So the kitchen's definitely been ransacked. A lot of the crockery's been smashed. There's no food in it anymore. You do see some very normal sized rats in the corner chewing on a pile of bones. There's a little bit of dried blood over there. Definitely not the extent that map is making it look.
Did you say very normal sized?
Very
Rats?
normal sized rats. Normal, non-giant, tiny little rats. Quite a few of them. But, as you open the door and you shine your light in, they go squeaking and running, scattering a bit. It just looks like they were chewing on some bones over there. Much like in that other room. Nothing, not like a full-size skeleton or anything like that.
I'll go check the north door.
Sure. As you open it up, you see a bedroom. This has also been kind of smashed and ransacked, probably quite some time ago. It looks like someone tried to set the room on fire, but didn't really succeed. You see like some scorch marks around the knockdown shelf here. And just like you could search better, but at a glance, you don't think there's anything valuable in here. You actually see a chest over by the far wall, but it's just completely empty.
Okay.
I take a real good look at this wall right here.
That is a window.
Oh, what's in the window? Outside?
Outside, yeah.
Okay.
I listen to this door, Derek.
And it's probably shuttered, but you could open it. You don't hear anything, and also I'll just let you know now that door is locked.
Well, I don't have any way of handling locked doors.
Certainly
Well,
I know where there's an obviously trapped key. Someone could go get.
You do see signs that someone tried to hack the door down, but either they were really ineffective or they gave up quick. You see some hacking marks on the door, like someone was taking an axe to it, but they didn't get too far.
Well, I guess you said you had a key.
There's a very obviously trapped key on that pedestal there that I do not have. I mean, you'd have to go get it to find out.
Okay, fine. I go get this key.
You fool.
So you go over to the altar, you see a key on the altar, a book on the altar, and like a piece of paper weighed down underneath the book. You don't read, so that probably doesn't matter to you, but the key's there.
Yep, I take the key.
You do not die.
All right. Woo! Does this key work on this door?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah, that was easy.
Then I open it up.
Do you turn the key to the left or the right?
Yes.
So this room is in better shape than the others. You see a writing desk. There's like a lantern on the desk, not lit. There's shelf after shelf of scrolls and books. You can't read, so you don't know what any of that is. Mostly this looks like your opinion is this is like a record room or something like that.
Okay.
Or holy text, something. It's basically a desk to write and read, and then a whole lot of shelves of papers and books.
Cool. I'll head out and I'll lock it back up as I go.
Okay.
I'm sure it's was locked for a reason.
Are you keeping the key?
All right. Yeah, I'm keeping the key.
Okay.
I'm gonna head downstairs. Is
Sure. I'm assuming everyone's going.
that a window?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's a window. It probably should be shuttered though, but whatever.
Did we come in on the second floor? How do I go down and there's a window?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe that's where the stairs actually start.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just gonna move you to the other map. One sec. Is
All right.
this? Yeah. Okay. One moment. I gotta get everyone there. I'm gonna move you forward a little bit because I'm sure you would have just kept going.
Yep.
Yeah, so you go down. The air is, much cooler down here. You're underground. You're maybe, 20 feet underground or something. What you actually see in front of you, Bernard, is the altar that had lowered into the ground.
Okay.
Right here. You know what? Come to think of it, there's probably not a stairway going down. I think the altar kind of works like an elevator. You don't have to stand on the altar itself because part of the floor, like next to it, is also went up and down, so you could like stand
Sure.
right beside it. You do see a little lever there for, you assume, making it go back up. You wouldn't really know for sure unless you pull it.
Right.
And you see lots more bones down here than you did above. Never mind. You don't have to give me any roll. I'll do it.
Like, are they? Okay.
Everyone but Griff
Hey.
definitely hears some sounds coming from further, ahead and to your left.
right.
Whispering human voices you can't quite make out.
Enjoy your corruption.
That are those cells? What are those?
So as you turn the corner, you see, just stop there.
Right.
You see little burial niches. So this is probably where people of honor were buried in the Sigmar Temple. You can't quite see it yet, but I'll just wait.
Sure.
Up ahead, how far is your light? Get far enough. Up ahead at the edge of your light. This tunnel actually goes further than you can. Like, you see the end of what I have for map. The tunnel actually keeps going.
Okay.
Huddling down there, you see some hunched over humanoids.
Nice. Are they actually playing with rats?
No.
Okay.
They're, I mean, you come around the corner, your light's shining, so they're shadowy. They're a bit in the distance, but you do see them.
Okay.
Looks like humans. You don't see any weapons or armor or anything. They look pretty thin. They could be beggars, but they're definitely hunched over down there, and they're whispering more loudly now as you come around the corner. You still can't quite make it out, but they're gesturing in your direction.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'll call out to them. Who are you? Any response?
Have you brought us food? Come, we're hungry. Feed us. One of them kind of croaks out in a raspy voice.
This seems really bad.
As you near those burial niches, you kind of, well, actually, give me a perception check, dude.
Sure. Ugh.
That is good enough for what I'm trying to tell you, which is you can tell that some of these, there's sarcophaguses and stuff, like some of these have definitely been broken into.
Mhm.
You can see even where like full on like skeletons had been pulled out and like gnawed on, as if that's going to somehow feed them. Like the gnawed remains of bones like hanging over the edge of the, like a full on rib cage and stuff. I don't know how intact some of that stuff would really stay. So, but
Sure.
you definitely can make out these things have been broken into.
Yeah, I don't think eating the dead is a way to stay alive. That's not good.
Don't worry, Bernard. If they get you, I'll shoot you in the head.
Okay.
They you hear one of them still begging you for food. You hear a couple of them just like giggling madly.
Like you do.
And they're kind of slowly shuffling your way.
All right. I'll back up and make sure that trying to get a better look at them. Are they any more in the light?
Yeah, as they get closer, they are in a very similar state to the beggars. In fact, some of them might very well be the same beggars for all you know. They're definitely human. They've got a few of them, might have some obvious mutations. They're very emaciated, dirty, threadbare clothing. One of them is actually holding a bone right now and gnawing on it as he looks at you.
That's what they're doing down here.
What if we left and never came back?
I asked them what they're doing down here.
We're hiding
From?
those who would hurt us.
And who would hurt you?
Why are you talking to us?
Please, do you have any food?
We do not.
He's looking at you and licking his lips.
Yeah.
Are you sure? They're. He's coming closer. Are you sure you don't have anything?
I think we should go.
Please, any morsel. I'm curious if Eric's back yet, because I'm also curious what his character's take would be on this happening in a Temple of Sigmar. But I think he might still be gone.
Well.
What are you? Are you backing away as they approach, or are you holding your ground?
Sure. Yeah.
I put my gun away and got out my sword and my shield.
As they see you leaving, the one who's been kind of talking directly to you is like, no, wait, don't go. We need you. And they start hurrying forward. Like he starts and then the rest follow. And now they're running at you.
Awesome.
What would you like to do as they run towards you?
I will ready a weapon.
Does that mean you're going to hack one as they get in combat distance?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go into combat mode then. Griff, you would technically be first as you see these people all running forward. Are you also kind of holding your ground? And
yeah, I'll receive charge, but I kind of want to block for my very squishy friend here.
Dirk, Dirk, what are you doing?
I'm running back a little bit.
Okay.
I think at a minimum, my goal would be to try and, get them to a choke point if we're not leaving. if we are leaving, then I would leave with the group. But that would be kind of what I would be shooting for.
All right. Well, I will not leave you behind. Should the rest leave? Sounds like what you're saying. I just got. Did I get a message, or did someone else get a message?
I just sent that I'm
Oh.
back. Sorry.
All right. Hey, someone catch Eric up.
Hey, we found a bunch of cannibals in the basement.
Nah, they're not cannibals. There's something else going on because
They've been, defiling the corpses of the honored dead of Sigmar.
Yeah. So you came into the Sigmar Temple. It's the main area. So the alms box in the front, someone had definitely broken into. You've seen no sign of the priest. The main room with like an altar and stuff seemed intact and fine.
Okay.
You guys went to like the kitchen that had been completely looted. You found the priest's bedroom that had been completely looted. Someone tried to start a fire. You found a locked door that the key was just sitting on the altar. Opened the door and it was like a record room. You guys didn't really spend any time in there, but there were lots of papers and books and stuff. And then you found You found the area of the temple where they'll prepare bodies for burial, and that place was a mess. Looked like there were like gnawed bones and stuff in there. Now you've gone downstairs to what looks like maybe like an underground crypt where they bury the honored dead, and it looks like some of the sarcophaguses have been broken into, and there are some very emaciated folks down here who are currently rushing right at Dave.
Yep.
We're talking about how hungry they are.
Okay.
All right. So they come running forward. Dave, go ahead and take an attack.
Okay.
They really just do their best to surround you. Trent, you can feel free to move up if you think you would be. I just had you at the back because you weren't here.
Yeah,
I suspect your character would have been a lot more interested.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What was going down? If you want to, you don't have to. If you want to get between Dave and Andrew, I can move that guy out of the way because
Okay.
it's probably better for y'all.
Great.
Oh, you fumbled. Are you keeping it?
Yeah. No, I'll re-roll that.
Well, that might still hit Dave. They're not the greatest combatants.
Okay. I don't even know which one I'm targeting.
Well, let me turn public rules on. Yeah, you slash into him. He cries out in pain. Oh, but these guys all look similar to the beggars. They're very emaciated, mildly mutated, etc. Bernard, anyway, they're rushing at you. You hit one. Trent.
Your turn next.
Oh, Jesus. What's that? Is that the alert that it's your turn? I gotta get that. I guess I don't have a character. Anyway, Trent, you're up, and then we'll have Griff go after you. So just to be clear, these guys are all kind of rushing all of you. I think I'm going to say 3 are kind of jumping on Dave, 3 are jumping on Trent, and 2 are trying to jump on Griff.
Guys don't seem too bright,
Well,
rushing somebody with a weapon.
I'm not going to bother with the crit. Basically, you just smash one with your Warhammer and he dies as they're running up to you.
Yep. Okay.
It is your turn.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you hearing that from me?
I don't know who I heard that from, but it's your turn. So
Okay.
maybe.
You must be hearing it from me. Weird. Can I hit any of these guys without hitting a party member?
If you roll good.
I wonder if that's what.
Yeah, if you roll good.
I'll just roll good.
I mean, you're at -20, and if you miss by the 20, you hit a
I
party member.
won't miss by 20.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. My gun is not loaded.
Well, that was a mistake.
One moment, please.
keep entering combat without a loaded weapon. What's going on, dude?
It's a hard thing to remember. I need to make a sticky note. Did I hit?
Yeah, it looks like. That's probably not point blank, I'm guessing. It is point blank. He gets a dodge. Well, you know.
He only rolled a 5. What a loser.
He didn't die from it, but you got him in the leg. All right. So let me figure out how to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. 3, so they get a 2-on-1 bonus. Is probably what I'll say. They're a +20. They have really crappy weapon skill. They are actually not trying to directly attack. They are trying to grapple right now. So basically, they're just piling onto you guys, trying to drag you down. Is there actually a grapple button? That would be cool. I guess it's just unarmed. Utility? All right. So, Bernard, you can defend.
Okay.
Yeah, you fend that guy off with your sword. Oh, I forgot to give him the +20, but oh, he would have hit.
That would have hit.
Yeah. Let me double check. I think that means you get an entangled condition.
One time I was minding my own business in an alley, and my friends entangled me and then stabbed me to death.
Go ahead, Dave.
Okay.
All right, you fended that one off. He was thrown off because he took an arrow in the leg.
Okay.
Lied. Only 2 are going for Eric here. Let's see. Unarmed. Ooh, that one, I don't know. He must have done a flying tackle at your legs, Eric. He's got a pretty good attack. There's no damage. I'm not gonna hit that button. But yeah, it gets some entangling on you. Basically, it just means they're grabbing onto you guys, trying to pull you down. You see no weapons in their hands other than one's holding like a bone. That'd be a faster way to roll this. Damn, they teamed up and they went for each of Trent's legs. Rolled a 7 and a 6. Oh, he
That's
hit
fine.
you, but you got to crit him, so that's cool. Go ahead and hit that crit button. Well, that could have been better for you, but it's better than nothing. You managed to bring, I don't know, probably the shaft of your Warhammer down on his arm as he's wrapping around you. You're not prone or anything, mind you, despite how I have described it. But you do have 2 of them hanging on to you. Griff, I'm just going to crank this out 3 times, I guess.
I'm going to go first because I was initiative.
Oh, you haven't gone
winner.
yet? My bad. I didn't mean to skip you. Go ahead.
Blam. Bleh.
Not dead, but wounded.
He rolled good. All right. I am now ready to be netted.
I keep getting a weird pop out. Can't work. It's weird. I'm rolling well, man. You may defend, sir.
Oh, sorry.
And get ready for 2 more. All right.
Uh-oh.
1 entangle. These rolls are on fire. Oh, I didn't even give him the +20. Do that.
I better roll some doubles.
That one you would have defended even with my plus 20, and then I got one more coming for you.
You're a bad person.
Why can't I have these rolls on an enemy that matters? Jesus. All right, well, you succeeded. So you got one guy hanging on to you, the one who you wounded. The rest are...
I don't appear to have a condition upon me.
Yeah, I haven't put on yet.
Okay.
I'm getting there. All right, so they all charged forward. Everyone's got someone on them at least. But that was basically all of them. And now we are back to the top with... let's see. If you are grappled... Well, what's Entangled do? You may not move, and all your actions involving movement suffer a -10. For your action, you can remove an entangle if you win an opposed strength test. You can, yeah, you can probably try to stab them, assuming like a normal-sized weapon. You're at -10. I would consider that movement, but I would allow it. Or you can try to shake this guy off you.
Who are you talking to?
You. It's your turn.
Okay, cool. I kill a guy until
Okay.
he dies from it.
If it pops up with the -10 modifier, apply it.
Does.
All right. I don't know that you had him targeted.
I had someone targeted.
Yeah, I'm not getting... Oh, there it is. I just wasn't scrolled down. Here we go. Is this the one who's on you that you're trying to hit, or?
I hope so. It's hard for me to know which one
All
it
right,
is.
I will just do it that way. You kill one. I deleted him. He was down to 4 health, and you did 12, so I'm not going to worry about the crit. You finish running him through. You are no longer entangled because he was the only one on you. Dirk, you doing anything? It's hard to get in there for what it's worth.
Yeah, if it's not really,
You should stand on that pedestal and just like give us inspiring comments.
well, so I mean, in theory, I have a crossbow, but I'm guessing firing in there has a chance to hit them as well, right?
It does.
Not the way Tilly does it.
There is a thing you can do that we almost never do, where you can state skills you want to use that could potentially give your party advantage. You could, for instance, make a perception roll and then be like calling out, hey, that guy over there is about to do, you're helping, essentially. It could give your team one advantage. That is the sort of thing you can do if you have nothing else to do.
That is the sort of thing I will do.
That would take the place, however, of being ready to attack someone, for what it's worth.
I think for this turn, I am okay with that, and I will do that. Next turn, though, like we'll see where it is at next turn, but yeah, I would do that this turn.
Which? The perception?
Yes.
Okay, good. Make a perception roll. Yeah, I'll give you guys one advantage.
Use it wisely.
How come I have no advantage? I've hit things.
You've grappled us.
Yeah, that counts.
Does it?
Yeah. It's an opposed combat test. Dave.
Maybe the computer doesn't think so.
I might not have these guys marked as enemy. They're probably marked as neutral. Bernard, it is you.
All right. You said no. You said melee weapons, or hand weapons, not rather large weapons. I could use.
Yeah,
right.
Like a two-handed weapon, I'd say no, or like a
Okay.
spear, probably like a no.
So,
But like a normal sword, sure.
sure. Can I switch while grappled since I'm wielding a two-handed sword right now? How does switching weapons mid-combat work? I don't know that we've ever done it.
Normally, it's not a problem. While you're grappled, it gets weird. Like in my head, there's no rule for it. I would say with a successful agility check, you can do it for free. Otherwise, it takes your action.
Okay, agility.
I don't know.
No,
Or
that's not
if there's a skill that seems appropriate, maybe. I don't know what that would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Well, that
right,
just makes
takes me around. Switch weapons.
You got your weapon out. You are now able to use that to defend, though, too.
Okay.
And Trent. Probably the same sort of thing for you. It's probably hard to bring your Warhammer to bear now that these guys are actually on you. You know, that said, Dave, if you want to change your action, there is...
Even if I'm swinging at one's not on me?
That's fair. Yeah, then you would just have the -10. Yeah, no, that's probably fair. So Dave, you could potentially try to hit someone near you instead of one on you.
Okay.
I think also you could try to use it like an improvised weapon, like a bludgeoning type thing. And we would just scale the damage down to like a +2 instead of a plus whatever it normally is. Like strength bonus +2.
Yeah. Are you switching, Dave, or?
No, I'm just gonna swing around. Who's got me, and who else can I hit?
This one here is the one who's holding on to you.
Okay, I'll swing at this one over here. Is he on Trent?
Sure. You're at the whatever the penalty is, the -10 or whatever.
Yeah, it's baked in. Wow. Oh yeah.
Well, they're rolling well, but not well enough. He does not die. He's trying to pull Trent down. You ram your sword into his side a bit. You know, not in a lethal, critical way or anything, but he's not happy. Trent, you're up. And you're swinging at one of the ones on Dave then, probably?
Yep.
Or Andrew? Okay. Yeah, that's probably going to do it. Let's find out. Oh, God. Someone just died. Did you care? Should I just kill one?
Just kill. I technically targeted the one you just killed. Yeah.
Perfect. He seemed the closest, so it made sense. Tilly, how's it going?
I'm going to reload my crossbow like a boss.
Okay, you did it. So the ones on Trent are now trying to bite at him, which is going to be an unarmed check. I got to look up grapple again.
Where is Trent not plate armored?
It doesn't really matter. They find a spot unless you are 100% armor, which I don't think you are. I got to find the grapple rules again. They might not actually get their teeth in.
I mean, technically, I only have plate armor on body. Everything else is leather.
Oh, okay.
And that might be going for a leg or up under an arm.
Because, again, weight caps.
Going for the neck. I closed my book, unfortunately, so I got to pull the page open again here. Grappling 163. All right. You know, I might have been too generous letting you guys attack. It makes it sound like you need to make it, like you must make an opposed strength check for your action. We'll do that in the future. Whatever. Last round. What you've already done is what it already is. That is the effect of grappling, not the effect of entangling.
Does that cause that? An opposed strength check to bite us?
That's what they're trying to do. Yeah. So they'll do their strength bonus plus success level of damage. I mean, biting is how I'm describing it. They're doing an unarmed grappling attack, right?
Okay.
But they're hungry, so you know that's how it presents essentially. Ignores armor. They describe it as wrenching arms and pulling muscles. Okay, I mean, whatever. Anyway, they are going to do an opposed strength test with strength. There it is. Wow, Trent, that should be an easy one. You would oppose with strength. I think you're going to have to roll it yourself because the chat thing doesn't pop that up as an option.
Yeah, no. Strength. I clicked it. What did it do? Okay, so clicking strength in the top menu drop down is not doing it, so let me go through the character page itself.
Weird.
No,
If you have to, just roll D100 and I can compare as long as you know what your stat is. 43. Entangled does not matter here because it is not. Oh, never mind. You do get the penalty for that. Well, whatever. So
that only puts me in an SL -3 to their -5. So,
yep, you still win on that one. One more. Go ahead and make another roll. I'm not even going to target these. I'm just going to roll.
Done.
Yeah, you. They're both trying to get at you, and they do not succeed. Dave, I think there's one still on you, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do I take a detriment for tests related to movement of any kind?
Yeah, you get your penalty for being entangled.
It came up not selected. It was in the list, just not selected. It was weird.
Yeah, you should probably select it. They specifically call that
out. Yikes.
If you had your penalty in there, you still win.
Yep.
Because I had a -6, which is probably a fumble. Fumble. Table. You know what? We're just gonna say he fumbled. You get him off you. He fails to. He fails to get you. And then Griff, did either of them ever get on you? One of them's on you, right?
I killed the guy that was on me.
Okay. Both of these guys are going to try to get on you.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, they
maybe.
try. And at this point, they do not have any sort of advantage. Griff is targeting Griff. I think you should ignore that. Let me try that again.
Griff won.
Stop hitting yourself. Now you can defend. And one more. I'm pretty sure no one has hit this round on my side, right? Yeah, all right. So they're all trying to climb all of you guys. They really made no progress. They don't seem particularly skilled. They just seem very motivated. Their breath reeks. You smell them. They smell awful, but they're not very strong. They're pretty lightweight, and it's been pretty easy to fend them off. Griff, go ahead.
Can I attack the one that's on Trent?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I do that,
right.
And he dies.
Yeah, probably.
Why even make a roll?
Well, you could fumble.
That wasn't a very good roll.
It was enough to kill him. You don't need to roll a crit. I don't care for these guys.
Oh, I need to roll it.
He internally bleeds.
He might get blood rot.
Take one entangle off Eric. Dirk, now what are you doing? You guys got 9 advantage. You should do something with that.
I'm going to, given the state of the fight, give them a 10th advantage.
All right.
As long as Al's giving us advantage, I say we refuse to use it. Al,
Unfortunately,
you should use for advantage to try and give us an additional advantage.
There you go. You don't find anything worth calling out that aids them in battle. Bernard, at this point, we will do the grappling thing. Oh, you're not grappled. But if you were, we would do the grappling the way we're supposed to. No, the guy fumbled, so he ended up off you.
Oh, right. Okay. Then I will...
This guy's pretty wounded. He's the one you hit as they were all first coming up to you.
Yeah.
Now that you've... Yeah, you can full on swing at this guy. Excuse me. Yeah, he'll try to dodge. Nope, he dead.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
I got 110 bonus, so I roll 128.
Trent,
that's what I do.
Yeah, it sounds like you have to make an opposed strength check.
Okay.
At which point you can shake him off you, or you can do damage to him. There's something... I'd have to look up the up in arms rule. There's something about spending an advantage to just get him off you, too. They say if you have higher advantage. I know that's not how it works with group advantage, though. I could probably see maybe just 2
I rolled my
advantage to him.
side, though.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let me do that. Sorry, I was looking at the roll. What? Yeah, I can't roll either. When you were trying to... Whatever. I'll just roll D100. He was -0. So I guess he's...
Yeah, he beat me then. I rolled badly that time.
Yep. He holds on for dear life.
It is your turn.
Oh, Jesus. It's your turn, Tilly.
Don't worry, I'll shoot him off you, Trent. Which one is it? This guy down here?
Yep.
What's the penalty?
-20.
Bang!
Yeah, that'll probably do it. He, with that kind of dodge roll, I've got to imagine Trent actually whips the guy around, like, to give you a better shot. Given that they're grappling with each other, and you, do 24 damage to him, Jesus. He's very dead.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I got one of these guys who must not be in combat. There he is. Yeah, despite the fact clearly this is suicide, they are still just going for Griff. And they're not getting anywhere though, but here they go. Well done.
I sprained his arm.
Well, you know, it's better than nothing.
Haha.
And the other one as well.
Uh-oh.
Nope, you succeeded. And you guys are now... Technically, it's 3v2, but whatever. I'd say at this point, you're now +20 to hit them for this next round. Those of you in melee.
I'm sure that'll make the difference.
Yeah. Actually, at this point, I'm fine just saying you dispatch them without rolling it. They're not gonna win, but they're also not giving up.
I mean, Tilly might shoot one of us.
Just got to reload this, but sure, we'll just go through it. Dirk, what are you doing? Or Griff, you're first.
You're first.
I do what I always do.
Hey, you've got 11 advantage.
Oh. I sweep the leg.
You do. But he's dead. Do you want to use 4 advantage?
I mean, I guess, sure.
I got it. You don't have to age him. Just go ahead and do your roll.
That's pretty good.
All right, that one is also dead. But we
That
did
was
it
a
legit.
That was a nail biter.
You guys have added more blood to this area.
Awesome.
I hope Trent doesn't make us clean this up.
The dead, stinking corpses are kind of in a pile at your feet here. One of them still has his hand like attached to Trent's boot. Even in death, he never let go.
Just like Titanic.
What?
Never let go.
Trent, is this what life after death looks like for your people?
Hey, what do you mean by your people?
The people of
B?
God.
No.
Was that a Tropic Thunder reference?
Well, what do you want to do, Trent? You want to get the mop and bucket out?
I mean, we should check to see if there's anything else we need down here, and otherwise, I'm fine with considering it desecrated and safe to burn down.
Let's write this off. This place is a loss.
So one thing does stand out to you guys as you are looking around. There's kind of a broken in like natural tunnel here that kind of broke into the sarcophagus area.
The hell you say?
The
Down here?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The tunnel continues for a while beyond that and leads up above ground again, and you're pretty sure you're inside a mausoleum, a tiny one. I'm not going to move you on the map because it's just a small room. But the one thing that stands out is there is one sarcophagus that is not open. And it has a plaque on it that says, "Here lieth the body of Siegfried von Kesselring, loyal servant of Sigmar, an honored Templar and man of courage. May his soul find everlasting peace."
Okay. This
That is
someone we've know or heard of, or
hey Eric, you give me a theology roll.
Nice.
That's pretty damn good. Yeah, you've heard of this guy. He might have been mentioned when you were doing your rumors. I can't quite remember. He was a knight of Sigmar who had defended this temple back in the day against an assault by a bunch of beastmen led by a warrior of chaos. And he was said to have had a magical sword that allowed him to hold off the assault until reinforcements finally arrived. He was fatally wounded, and looks like this was his final resting place. The Grand Theogonist himself had come out to do the ceremony way back when. I guess this guy's kind of a legend, and that's probably why there's even a temple here. That's still, well, until recently still maintained. It's just because it is his final resting place.
Okay.
Yeah. And
are you gonna mess with it and look for a magic sword?
let me check something. So Eric, you had missed. You weren't here. You could tell the area around the altar when you came in was holy ground.
Okay.
And you have not felt that except around kind of the altar upstairs. The altar when it was upstairs, I don't know if we told you, the altar had like a lever that made it go up and down. You also feel that around this sarcophagus in particular. And give me an intuition roll. Eric, just Eric. At plus 40.
Sigmar wants you to open it.
Sigmar brought us to this treasure for a reason.
Okay, nat
I don't know
one.
why I said I was targeting myself, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to put it in those terms, but with a nat one, yeah, Sigmar actually wants you to open this. You definitely feel, probably for the first time in your life, like in a real tangible way, you feel Sigmar guiding you. Like there is something there he wants you to take out of this place. In
Okay,
fact, the rest of you don't see it, but you actually see.
Huh.
It's almost like the sarcophagus is starting to glow to you.
I think Sigmar wants me to open this.
That's initiative. That's not even the right thing.
I think Sigmar wants you to stay the hell away from it. Nice try, though.
Do you want to open it?
Yeah.
All right. So you find you just like put your hands on it and you easily push the sarcophagus aside, which to everyone else seems weird. It seems like you'd need a crowbar or something. But you almost effortlessly open it. Inside is the remains of the skeletal remains of a body. Very rusted plate armor in there, but a shining two-handed sword in a gem-encrusted scabbard, like perfect condition. You see dwarven, well, no, because it's sheathed, so you can see that. And you can tell that this is the thing Sigmar wants you to have.
Okay, then.
Going to put something on your sheet in a second here. I think I did. Yeah, there you go. You will find that it is a two-handed weapon, so it is at least a skill you use. It is a strength bonus +5 two-handed sword, which is damaging, so it's much like your Warhammer in that regard. It's got hack. It's magical. It is unbreakable. And you can sense. You can almost see as you're looking at it. Well, you probably, I don't know. Do you draw it out of the sheath? Get a good look at it.
Yeah.
All right. You see glowing dwarven runes on the blade, and Sigmar's got association with dwarves, so that all checks. You can actually see like the blade occasionally almost like phase out in a way. And you just inherently know, no one else knows, but like you inherently know this thing can cut right through ignoring armor. So yeah. And then you definitely feel like you should close the sarcophagus again, to respect the dead. But after that, the kind of that feeling of Sigmar leaves you. That area still feels like holy ground. But that said, nothing else down here. Nothing else other than kind of the main area up above felt holy. Yeah. Big fancy two-handed sword.
Awesome.
I want to move the top of the sarcophagus just to see if I can move it or not.
You could with a strength check, but certainly it doesn't move with the ease that it did for Trent. Like, you can tell immediately, like...
So Sigmar's turned his back on me.
How you read that into it, but okay.
I'm just giving you that note, Eric, so you can help me remember it. It might be coded in. I looked at the script and it looked like maybe it's trying to do that, but we might have to keep an eye on that. So
Okay.
I was hoping it makes weapons on demand and we could all get one.
that probably also does not apply to like natural armor. You know what I mean? For like creatures.
Yeah.
But it might. I don't know. I'm probably going to do whatever the code makes it do, as for if that works or doesn't. But anyway, so yes, you could go back out the way you came. There is some like natural tunnel that seemed to connect to this, or you could try to open up the. You think you're inside a mausoleum in the other direction. You could try to open that up and see where you came out. You don't think it's too far though. That. Let me show you, because it doesn't matter anymore. There we go. Did that do anything?
What are you trying to do?
I don't think so.
I was trying to remove some walls.
Oh.
Badly.
Oh, now I see stairs and blood. Oh, I see. Okay. It's an underway.
Ignore that I broke that one wall, but yeah, it was just like it was a split in the map to be like, hey, it goes this way for a while, and then you come up in this other place. Which I wasn't going to bother putting on the map because really it just goes out into a little graveyard behind the church. You're like back in town essentially.
Well, let's go find that one. Let's go find that one beggar and have Trent cut his other arm off and just see how it goes.
No.
He's dead.
I mean, we gotta get in some sort of fight.
But it feels like you don't actually understand the teachings of Sigmar if you're wanting to just go kill random beggars.
Well, he was a bad beggar, I thought.
No. Where did you get that thought from?
The guard.
Right.
All right, what should we do then? Should we go to the tavern?
If you want to go to the tavern, go ahead.
I don't like to go by myself.
If you need an adult. Well, I mean, Sigmar brought us here for that. We think needs doing.
Just gonna take all the walls off this map now.
Someone should read the note by the key upstairs.
Sure. Somebody that can read should do it. So not me.
I can read it.
Maybe.
What's it say, Derek?
Trent can read it. What do you? Well, the altar's downstairs, but you can make it go back up, I guess. You are trying to read the note or the book or both?
The note's in Latin, didn't you say?
It's in the classical language, yeah.
Classical, yeah.
Well, actually, hold on. The book is classical. The note is also classical. So yeah, you probably can't read it. Sorry.
What am I trying to read?
Can you read classical?
Don't think so, actually. Okay, fair enough.
There was a book and a parchment on the altar, but you guys can't read them. Good chance, the book's a holy text or something. Normal holy text, not like, oh my god. Book of Exalted Deeds, nothing like that. I mean, it could
Yeah.
be, but there was the record room that had tons of books and scrolls in there, many of which you could read, but that could also be like a multi-day effort of, going through that and reading it.
So we getting the torches out? We're gonna take care of this place.
It still feels holy, I thought. Somebody said.
It sounded like there was at least one part of it that did still feel holy. So no, we're not burning it down at the first sign of everything wrong.
Yeah, for your reference, Eric, it's this. Oh, it's not pinging anymore. Why am I not pinging? There we
The
go.
altar itself.
Yeah, kind of this room. And from what Adam found on tracks, people would come through here, but they really tried to shy away from the altar as much as possible.
Okay.
Did we want to get the church records out if we're gonna burn the church down?
We're not burning it down.
Oh,
I heard we were.
I mean, the church is mostly stone. I mean, there's the roof. So burning it down, you could definitely damage it pretty well, but
I bet it's flaming acolyte stone.
yeah, true. Yeah.
so it just needs a good scrub down, really.
Yeah, you just throw a lantern on the floor and the whole place goes up. My understanding. I have yet to watch that. Probably never will. The records in the record room would certainly burn really well, though.
Yeah.
That currently is relocked, and Dave has the key, as I recall.
Yep.
So right now it's probably, like 5:30-ish dinner time. Not night or anything yet, but later in the day.
So, am I correct in saying that those flesh-eating people were not stuck down there? They were just coming down at their leisure?
Yeah, they look like they were hanging out down there. You don't see any evidence they would have been trapped. You didn't find any. You didn't have to unlock anything to get down to them.
So I feel like there's probably more, and they're just going to keep coming eating.
And even the mausoleum itself wasn't locked, and I didn't have you roll, but I think you would have seen evidence that they were coming in and out through the mausoleum primarily.
What do you want to do about that, Eric? I mean, Trent?
Does it seem reasonable to maybe collapse at least like the entrance to the mausoleum that they were getting in through, or
You could for sure collapse the mausoleum. You're talking about the stairway part of it? Or the tunnel? Like, you would probably need explosives or some mining skill to, like, collapse the tunnel. You could probably get the doors
I guess
barred
if
shut.
the tunnel's not marked, then yeah, some way to close the doors from the inside and bar them shut.
Because it is like big stone doors. They just don't have a lot. You could do something there to reinforce them. You have seen evidence these guys give up pretty quick when trying to hack down a door. Like, they had tried to get into the record room, and
Yeah.
there was a few hack marks on the door, and then they just kind of gave up. However, there was like some sort of natural tunnel that seemed to join into here. So whether that goes anywhere, the dead ends, or comes out somewhere, like potentially someone could be back there or come in through there. You don't really know. The windows all have shutters, which for the most part were closed. Someone dedicated could certainly get back into the temple if you lock it up, but I mean, it'd be at least something. Without someone here, it's hard to long-term secure the place, but you can make it less appealing.
Okay.
That said, you have no sign of the priest other than obviously his room was trashed probably quite some time ago, so not real sure what happened to him. I'm going to cut back to the other map just so we see the whole town, but obviously you guys can be wherever you want to be. So the mausoleum or whatever was probably just I don't know, out behind the temple a little bit.
Okay.
Excuse me. Things of note you see in town. You had seen the inn coming up. The building next to it, you had seen a sign that it was a store, but the place looked pretty run down. You're not even sure it was still open. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Honestly, that was really all you saw of note, other than a bunch of pretty ramshackle buildings. And you know from having gone down the river, there's like farmland near here, but all of it looks pretty bad. You're guessing what food they do have in this town comes from that, though. I need to get a drink. I'll be back in a minute. My throat's going out on me. Returned. Ooh. Dave might be away still.
No, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
just snacking on loud, hard pretzels.
Ah. All right. Well, you guys, I mean, feel free to spend more time at the temple, but let me know what you're doing. I'm not clear what we're doing right now.
I think we came here to just like investigate what's going on in the area, but there was no one here to, help us. So
Sort of. I mean, we're relatively sure it's going to be something up at the castle, actually.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We're trying to find that big ass piece of warp stone that's all the bad guys have been looking for. It was supposedly brought here by the guy who originally found it, who was nobility.
Yeah.
Yep.
100-ish years ago. Yep.
So I would assume we were just looking at the temple as a place to hopefully find someone to give us any help we might get on the way there. So I'd say that's our next spot to go to.
As you leave the temple again, you still see beggars hanging around outside. Who, again, start to beg you for food, money, whatever.
Put off by the fact that we're covered in blood right now.
Not even a little.
Can we see our boat? How's our boat look?
Oh yeah, you still see it down at the wharf there because you're elevated. It's downhill from you, so yeah, you can see it from up here. Well, I mean, you might have to move a little bit. There might be houses. No, whatever. Yes, you can see your boat. It seems fine. There's no beggars up near it anymore. It seems like they were getting nowhere with William and Theodore.
Gotcha.
There's some near. They're still like down in the dock area, but none of them are like right up to the boat or anything. I guess is what I'm saying. I think they're all sitting there hopeful something will happen. So if you wish to go to the towards the castle, you can.
I think we should wait till tomorrow to do that. It's getting late.
What is the time?
There's an inn you could check out if you want. You could just go back to your boat.
Spend a couple hours at the local tavern and then hit the boat.
You're on your way to the tavern and you see a thin, dirty man, like struggling with a bone with some meat on it with a dog. Like he's fighting with a dog over it, and the dog's trying to pull on it away from him, and he's yelling at the dog and trying to pull it back. You guys just walk on by, or probably, but very well.
I'll help out and see if I can help. Get the dog away.
So as you're getting closer, the dog actually starts to try to, bite the man. The dude's definitely losing that fight because now the dog's like on his arm and he's trying to shake it off, but he's got no weapons. So if you want to go in there and help him, what are you doing? Stabbing the dog? Something else?
Just smack it with my mace.
Sure. I'm not even gonna make you roll. You run up there and whether you hit it successfully or even just swing at it, the dog's. Well, actually, go ahead and roll. Just give me a D100.
Adam, we might have to remove the scourge of canines from this city.
I was thinking.
That was not a super good roll. But either way, the dog is scared off rather than you having killed it. So it bolts off towards the forest. The guy cradles his bleeding arm and tucks the bone tight to his chest as he looks at you. Halfway thankful, but also fearful you're going to try to take his bone with a little bit of meat on it away from him.
I am not.
Yeah. And then he'll... Thank you, sir. Thank you. You got any coin or food, sir, please?
No. You're lucky I helped with this.
Thanks anyway, sir. And then he starts hobbling off, cradling his arm. And that was near the outside of the inn. By the inn, the Shooting Star Inn. Wait for the end of combat. We're not even in combat. What the? Oh my God! Tilly rolled a 5 on a perception check.
What?
Tilly, as you're going into the inn, as you're all going into the inn, you see a little chicken coop they have around the side, and you can see like some 3-headed chickens in there.
Gasp.
Just so you know. Yeah.
I bet they're delicious.
They might be. I mean, that's one extra head, and who doesn't like chicken head? Anyway.
Four heads eating.
Wait.
Uh,
Heading into the inn, there are not many people in here. There's basically one dude sitting behind the bar. The place is a little dirty, but you see him like scrubbing the counter all the same with kind of a greasy rag. Not like the filthiest place in the world, but it fits kind of the vibe of this area. And he looks up, surprised and excited to see you. He goes, oh, sirs and madame, how can I help you? Need a room for the night?
No, we're good. One beer for all of us.
He looks a little crestfallen. But... beer. Excellent. We do have beer. Lots of beer. Not a lot of food, but we have beer. And he starts pouring you all what looks okay for beer.
I'll test it out.
Yeah, give me an endurance check.
Does it feel like Constitution?
I don't know what that means.
Does it feel like corruption?
Oh no, not endurance check. Give me a consume alcohol check. Sorry.
All right, I magically pass it.
Yeah, you're fine. You drink it. It's beer. It might be a little watery than what you like, but it's definitely, beer, and you would drink more.
Okay.
So, my good man, what's going on in this small town of yours?
Oh, hard times, hard time. What brings you here?
I don't know.
Oh.
Somebody knows. Trent knows.
You must have missed the recap, sir.
I have a short memory.
You can give me a gossip roll and see what you get out of him, I guess.
Sure.
You're trying to hear like what's going on in the area?
Yeah. What's the latest happenings?
He is not very forthcoming with you.
Really?
Come on, man.
Why are you bothering this man?
He's very friendly and polite, but nothing he says is of really any interest to you, is what that is.
I'm sorry about Tilly. She gets like that sometimes. You know how archers are.
This must just be the most boring town ever, because he's got nothing to tell you either. I mean, he does say it's hard times. There's not a lot of food to go around. But for you guys, he'll find a way to feed you should you want a meal. For money, of course.
Well,
he's again trying to sell you on renting a room.
Sure, I'll tell him that we had a particular interest in that in the castle up the way. How's the nobility in this area and that kind of stuff, and I can try a gossip if you'll allow it after 2 failures.
Bernard and Trent, I did hidden intuition rolls. You both can sense him getting very nervous when you start asking about the castle. Not like he's got something to hide, but like he does not want to talk about it. Does not want to be heard or seen talking about it. What specifically are you asking him about the castle?
Just how the nobility is treating the people in the area, that kind of thing.
Oh, I certainly couldn't complain. I certainly wouldn't complain about the Wittgensteins. Hard times have fallen, and
how long have you had these hard times?
I wouldn't voice any complaints, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, storm came through a couple years ago and kind of ruined the crops, and nothing's grown right since then. It's been hard.
Where did this storm hit the hardest? It sounds like
In the whole area,
more
the
more than
fields,
just
town,
crops might have
everywhere.
been damaged.
It was a frightful storm, lightning and winds, and I mean, you
So there wasn't any
you can
area
tell
of
he's.
town?
Sorry, go ahead.
There wasn't any area of town that was hit worse by the storm.
Took it worse than another.
Yeah.
No, I'm sad to say my own family perished in this storm when our house collapsed.
That is unfortunate, sir. I'm sorry for you.
But no, the crop was ruined and many buildings were destroyed, and there were some boats that were moored and those sank, and ever since towns just hasn't been the same. It hasn't recovered.
Interesting. Excuse me.
Is everyone drinking?
Yeah.
You're not
I'll,
drinking, let me know. But otherwise,
I
I assume you're just having one drink.
I'll refrain from drinking for now.
Okay. Unless you tell me otherwise, I'll assume you're just having one drink, and I don't need to worry about you being drunk or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just made Andrew roll it for fun. But it was pretty watered down. One drink is not gonna do much. Yeah, so the gossip is pretty weak that you're getting out of him. He definitely seems reluctant to talk about anything to do with the nobility. Your impression is that he is fearful of them. But for whatever reason, whether that's just the typical, you're a peasant and they're nobles and they can do whatever they want, or if there's something more, you don't know. He does give you a little background. It was about 2 years ago. The storm came through. Stuff's been bad. I don't know if there's other specific things you want to ask him about. But just the general, I gossip, like that. Yeah, you didn't get anywhere with that. He might be able to answer specific questions if you have them, though.
Well, it doesn't sound like he wants to talk about the nobility in any fashion, correct?
That is certainly your impression, yeah.
You just don't know how to talk to tavern keepers like Tilly and I do.
Well, I didn't try to talk to him like you did, apparently.
That was clear.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything in particular we could ask about?
There are. It's getting on towards, as it gets on a little more towards evening, a couple more people do come in. They look like non-beggar locals.
Right.
And he's occasionally having to step away to pour them a beer or whatever. Most of them just seem here to drink, not for food.
Okay.
But it's really only a handful.
Right. I'll ask him about, I'll just keep up chatter, how's the clientele? You guys has he had any shipments? Does he make his own beer,
Well, yeah,
Just keep him
beer.
talking about things that he might be interested in.
A lot better than that rot grut that what's his name? Rousseau makes. He kind of spits and then wipes up his own spit, realizing he just, spit on the counter in front of you. Yeah, I make my own beer. Pretty proud of it. Not a lot of trade through here. No one really ever seems to stop in Wittgendorf anymore. Most ships just sail on by. Can't say I blame them. There's really not much to trade here.
What before the storm, what were you guys trading in?
Oh, we had pretty good crops then. But I mean, honestly, even then we weren't, not a lot, but people would stop in and The inn was certainly more lively then.
Okay.
We had that.
And it
we
was
had,
all this storm. It wasn't until this storm that this bad luck has started happening, huh?
I mean, just a lot of, when people get hungry, things fall apart.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like my own family, were just killed outright.
Yeah.
Kind of came out of nowhere. No one was ready for it.
Was it an unseasonable storm? Not a normal happenstance around that time of the year or whatever.
He kind of lowers his voice and looks around. He's like, the lightning was green. I've never seen that before.
Ah. Okay.
Maybe it was playing tricks on my eyes, but trees were coming down. The winds were so strong, and old Jenny Mills got hit with a tree that was blowing by, and it's flattened. There was nothing left.
Mm-hmm. Green light. Okay. Yeah. So if let's see. Do I have a chance to talk to the rest of the group without him or
Sure.
anyone hearing?
Yeah, you guys can get a table.
Okay. We'll go sit for a minute.
Do we have alcohol that we could sell him, right? If he wanted to buy some.
We have some good stuff, but he probably doesn't have the money to actually afford it.
I mean, who knows?
We also have grain if he wants to make more of his own alcohol. But it really sounds like somebody tried to use that stone and fucked it up.
Yes, but what does that mean for what do we do about it?
I guess one other detail he tells you. The weird thing about the storm, there was the howling winds and the lightning, but there was no rain during it.
Right.
Afterwards, after the night of awful, then they had a week of black rain falling, but during the actual main storm itself, there was just wind and lightning. But anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, go on.
No. It's useful information. It's yeah. Somebody sounds like spellcasting gone awry. I'm not gonna tell him that though. So it was supposedly brought here by an ancestor of the nobility. Do we want to go check out just walk right up and say, hey, we're looking for your warpstone, or are we gonna try to sneak or say we're somebody else? What's the best way we can approach this?
I think asking to see the warpstone is not the approach I would want to go with.
Agreed. I'm just trying to come up with a method for getting in. Are we gonna try to sneak in, or are we gonna say we want to see the tapestries? How do we get up there?
It is a castle. They must have tapestries.
Is there anything we can do with Eric being of Sigmar and this being the town at a temple? Maybe we can leverage that some way.
Maybe we're looking for donations to restore it to its former glory.
Maybe we're world-renowned warpstone cleaners.
Well, I mean, stepping back, traveling priests of Sigmar are not uncommon. It's easy enough. I mean, I basically am one anyway, but it wouldn't be uncommon with, hey, something was weird in the temple, so we go up to the castle for the nobility of, hey, what the hell's going on in the temple?
All right, let's do that.
The Church of Sigmar wants to know what's going on.
Yeah, his name is
All right. Nice. So we're headed up to the castle.
Well, right now it's getting on towards evening. Are you doing it? You going up there
Sure.
evening, night?
No, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I would like to sleep on the boat.
Same.
Me too.
Yeah, but I think we should have a watch.
Before you leave the inn, a fat guy.
A member of my fan club has come to see me.
He stands out. His clothes are a little too tight. He's overweight, which really stands out in this town. He's got a very powdered face. Like old timey, wear the white wig, powder your face type guy.
I
Comes
get my
in.
pistol ready under the table, Han Solo style, in case I need to shoot him.
Right. He comes up to you guys with a big smile when he walks into the inn, and oh, you're the new arrivals in town I've heard about. I'm Dr. Shoot, what's his first name? He's Dr. Rousseau. Dr. Jean Rousseau. Oh, it's so nice to have visitors. It's been a while.
I bet it has. This
Hi.
town looks a little worse for the wear.
Yeah, I'm kept pretty busy alleviating the suffering of these poor creatures. Listen, we don't get a lot of people here. I was just wondering if you'd like to come to my house for dinner tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, my servants will get something ready, and tomorrow, say 6 p.m.
I don't know if our schedule will allow for it. We have to.
I'll have to check my calendar.
Of course.
If we are not on our way by tomorrow, then maybe we will. We'll consider your invitation.
Well, I mean, I will certainly look forward to it, and I will have the servants get it ready. I look forward to receiving you. I'm sure it'll be a good time for all.
All right, tomorrow.
He walks around and orders a beer.
Okay.
Drinks it pretty quickly and ends up heading out. And you guys might even be heading out before then. It sounded like you were about to leave. So
Yeah. He at least ordered a beer, right? So
yeah.
he's not totally against hanging out in town, I guess.
Oh,
All right.
he probably would have told you which house is his too.
Sure.
He gave us the information.
But he effectively, yeah. It's like, I think it's this one. Maybe it was this one. It's real close. Down the road at the big one, essentially.
Right.
Really, just the main thing that stood out to him is he certainly seems to be doing better than most people in this town are.
Well, he's a doctor, If the doctor's not fit, how can he get anybody else fit?
Yeah, right. You gotta put on your own life jacket, air mask, something.
You're never gonna, you never trust a skinny cook. You don't want a sickly doctor.
Right. You guys are going to the boat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're setting up some sort of watch.
Yeah. I will take first watch.
Is it just one person per watch?
Are you saying we need more?
No. Rather than know exactly what the watches are, if I just know how many there are, then if something happens, I can just deal with it. As opposed to, hey, something happens. Well, cool. 3 of us were on. You know what I mean? I want a general idea what you're doing.
One sounds fine.
There's also Renee, William, and Theodore that potentially could help keep watch.
And I think we can keep at least 2 people up.
Yeah.
So there's 8 of you. So yeah, you could have 2.
I I leave one of my pistols for whoever's on watch to, be an alarm
Oh wow.
if necessary. I even load it first.
Loaded, or is it like Adam where it's not loaded?
I would never do that.
As you leave the inn, beggars follow you back to your boat, begging, pleading, and getting nothing.
Right.
Your night passes uneventfully.
I bet we could get good information from those horrible beggars if we were nice. But we're not.
That would be how RPGs work. You got to make that speech check. But you get a +10 for every gold coin you give them.
Gold coin. Jesus.
Sure. No, thank you.
That's like a year's salary for some of these guys.
Yeah, probably way more for these guys.
These beggars are on salary.
Actually, if you've got the beggar profession, then yeah, you could be.
So, yeah, morning comes. I assume morning's when you leave your boat.
Yeah.
The beggars had mostly cleared off, although as you get off your boat, a few of them, come out of the, what was once a boathouse and now just is kind of an abandoned building there that they like to shelter in. A few of them come out begging again, and, given that they've gotten nothing so far, they're
not trying real hard.
They're doing it half-heartedly at this point.
Yeah.
One thing does stand out to you, kind of as you guys get up to the road. There's a woman who looks a little healthier than the beggars, who's cradling it looks like a baby. She's cradling like a wrapped baby. And she's walking towards you guys. And saying, help me, please. And she's, I don't know, you can avoid her just like the beggars too if you want.
She's not going to want us to take her baby and...
Like, please, my daughter's dying and I need help.
Dying?
What's wrong with her?
Yeah, tell us more.
I don't know. She's been sick, and that doctor hasn't helped at all. All he gave us was some of that terrible rock gut of his, and that just made her worse. She won't eat, and she's got this terrible pallor to her skin.
Well, I don't know medicine, so someone else is going to have to take a look at this.
We don't have any doctors here.
I'll take a look.
We got people that can do medicine, though.
Griff, as you go to take a look, she kind of, unswaddles the baby a little bit, and you do not see a baby. You see a roughly baby-sized spider. It's very docile. It's not like it's jumping out at you or anything, but it's like this big.
Oh, that's your problem right there.
Spider.
You're fucking loon.
She seems completely oblivious to the fact that this is, or maybe this is her baby. I mean, but she's like, she won't eat. I don't know how to help her. She seems oblivious to you calling her a loon.
What have you been feeding your baby?
What a mother normally would feed their baby.
Yeah.
Breast milk.
Oh.
I mean, the swaddle size was like infant, right?
Oh, I see. I thought it was a bigger baby. I see.
Probably you all get a view of the 8 hairy legs poking out.
Who's the father?
My husband Jonathan. They took him away yesterday. I don't know why.
Is he human?
Yesterday.
What kind of question is that? Of course he's human.
Who took him away?
The lady von Wittgenstein and her men.
Okay. Do you know why did they take him away?
I have no idea. They just take people sometimes. And
do those people ever come back?
He starts crying. Not usually.
Mm.
What was his name? We'll ask about him.
Jonathan.
And what's the kid's name? The little whippersnapper.
Laura.
Charlotte.
I like that better. Let's go with Charlotte.
All right, good talk.
She seems very disappointed that you have no way to help her baby. Eventually moves on, dejected.
A docile spider, huh?
She seemed nice.
Big one.
Yeah, she seemed nice. Yeah.
Well, all right. Where are you headed?
Thought we were going to the castle.
On the way up the road, as you're about to enter the forest up there, you see a two-headed sheep run out across the road from one side of the forest to the other, and then you see a bunch of beggars trying to chase after it, but they just can't keep up. But they're all certainly trying to chase the thing down to eat it. Just kind of, you see that ahead of you on the path.
Awesome. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So you guys, I'm assuming you stick to the path. You go up the road. It's about a mile, maybe 2, to the castle. So probably like less than an hour walk. You're not moving real fast. You got armor and all that, but you're not slow either. Yeah. Let me. I've got some maps, but I don't know how they're going to look. One second. These have walls. Yes, they do. There we go. It's totally black, isn't it?
Yep.
Cool.
I can see my character.
Let me give it some background light because it is outdoors. Global illumination level, boom, 1. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this doesn't come out super clear given the line of sight of it. So you're coming up the path, and like to your right. So you're coming from this direction, right? But you're coming up to where you are now. So the castle's, you've seen the walls of the castle on your right. Now you're at the point where ahead of you is like a watchtower, but as you kind of curve to the right is the outer bailey. And the gates and all that. And there's 2 watchtowers on either side, and the main gate is closed. But it's positioned in such a way that essentially, if you're going in that main gate, there's a tower behind you and the ones to your side. But as you get up there, some guards seem kind of surprised to see you coming. Although by the time you're finally up to the gate, one of them has kind of come down to the other side of the gate here and asks you your business. What's your business? State your business. Who are you?
Oh, we didn't game plan enough. Trent had something, right?
Yeah, we're here to
see the tapestries.
We're with this priest of Sigmar, and we're here to inquire about the state of the temple in their town.
Get out of here, you filthy beggars.
What the fuck did you just say to us?
Yeah, it's going to be a big hard no.
We're not receiving any visitors right now.
Dirk's the only one that looks like a filthy beggar.
Yeah, it's almost like he
Well,
comes in and out of habit.
when are visitation hours?
You'll have to
You
make
ask
it.
his name next. What is your name?
If you
I'm
receive
gonna
an
report
if you receive an invitation from the Wittgensteins, then you can come in.
When's the next public event?
Let me check my calendar. And he just kind of laughs at you.
How do we become guards in your employ?
We'd have to lose a bunch of our brain, apparently.
He doesn't like that you said that. You can't see
I
his
know.
face. He's wearing one of those full-faced helms.
Hey,
see his
I
body-
think this is the guy that cut that guy's arm off.
You see his body. He looks just like him. You see his body tense up, and he's like, and there's more than just this guy, by the way. There's people like on the walls and stuff. He's the one talking to you, though. It's like, you best be leaving.
You're not very nice.
Well, we're here to see the Lord of the Manor. You can go announce us, or we can just wait.
I wouldn't do your waiting here, friends.
5 of us
Take
are
aim!
having to pee.
He yells. And the guys with crossbows on the wall
Tilly?
aim down at you.
I'm backing away.
Let me see how many there actually are. Well, doesn't matter. Do I need... You know what? I should be able to tell you how many there are. Give me one second. Let's see. Outer Gatehouse. At the moment, you see the guy you're talking to plus 5 guards. 5 guys with crossbows. The guy talking to you is down on the ground. But you know, on the other side of a portcullis.
Oh, how many were
Actually,
around
no.
that one?
Hold on, I take that back. I thought the portcullis was the outer part. It's not. He's also on the wall yelling down at you.
Okay, how many guards did she have when they were cutting off people's arms?
At that time, you saw 8, I think.
Okay.
This looks like a decent-sized castle. It could be fairly low populated, but also it could hold a lot of people, potentially.
Sure.
You know what? I might have a side view of this thing, which might be fun to look at. Give me one sec. Yeah. Hopefully, this only pops out the image and not everything to you. I don't want to pop out. I want to share.
I see it.
You did
Holy
see
crap.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, it's like hundreds of feet off the ground.
it? So what you see, because what you're seeing is part of it. You're on the part that's like, there's part of the castle that's on the mainland as you're coming up. Although you have been walking uphill to get here, so you are well above the river level by the time you see this. There's kind of this whole outer section. Then there's a long bridge that actually goes over the river. I guess over water at least, yeah, which would be the river, to another big, like, jutting up rock section. And there's like a whole second section of the castle there that you can really only get to either by scaling a very probably tough climb from the water, or by going through this outer part and crossing the bridge. So I think what you're seeing in that image, which I already closed, unfortunately, part of what you're seeing there is that bridge connecting the two pieces. And the part you're really seeing is kind of the second piece. You can also see how nasty the the land, which I did not describe that well. You did say on the path as you were going through the forest, but the trees are all blighted and like you would not want to go into that forest. You're pretty sure. It's just nothing. Everything looks nasty, and you can see in that picture there, like the trees are all like blackened and shriveled, and this does not seem like a nice area. I didn't know.
Especially with these
But maybe
cards.
not. Anyway, so it is a fairly decent sized castle, and it's kind of like two chunks of it. You're at the outer one, the more accessible piece. But right now, he did not like you calling him stupid, and he told all the guys to take aim at you, and then he told you better not do your weight in here.
I'm gonna memorize that guy by his voice and mannerisms.
Could be the same guy.
Add him to my list.
Just ask him his name. Say, hey, buddy, what's your name? So we'll know who to tell turned us away that first time.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
The name's Klinger. What's yours?
My name's Bernard. Please go tell your masters this. And I turn around and walk off.
Did he say Claire?
Klinger.
Yeah, Claire. He said Claire.
Klinger.
Yes, it's Corporal Klinger.
Yeah. I think I actually, given what I know of Warhammer, that's probably what they were going for. I don't know if they have a radar, and I don't know other match characters, but
We'll finish this later, Claire.
Hot lips.
Yeah.
Are you guys heading back?
Apparently.
All right. Let me put you back in town. That was not it. There we go. Nope, that wasn't it. There we go. Well, direct approach to the castle, maybe not going to work. Or maybe it will. You could probably take them. You guys are pretty good shots. I believe in you. You have fate points. They don't. But yeah,
Well,
you
could
get
come
back
up
to
here and
town. It's probably about
kill one
noon
guard a
now.
night.
Just one crossbow bolt per night. It's even better if you can carve the guard's name on it before you shoot him.
All right. Well, what's Plan B, guys? I don't.
Well, obviously they come out every once in a while. We could wait for them to come out again. And
Take their armor, dress up as them.
well, or we could just, try to talk to the lady when she's on horse.
Does that look like it went well for the various beggars who are the people she's supposed to be protecting?
I think we could handle ourselves a little better than the beggars, maybe. And it'll be easier to hit them if they're standing out in front of us as opposed to on a castle wall.
Standing? I thought they were on horseback last time.
Oh, sure. I could shoot them then, too.
Let's take all the beggars out to the forest and train them in warfare, and then do a full-scale siege on the castle.
I don't know about that.
I'm really good at training people at warfare.
Oh, okay.
I mean, as long as we've got montage powers, that should work.
You're gonna have a montage.
Exactly.
Well, you guys get back to town. It's about noon. Where do you want to hang out or go or wait or do so? I don't know. Where you at?
Is there...
Other than the tavern and the church, what else does this town have?
It's got a shop right next to the tavern that, as you notice, it's all boarded up and out of business. It's got a few homes. It's got a guy who invited you for dinner tonight. That's about it that you've seen.
got a-
Yeah.
Spider
His
baby.
house,
Spider baby.
Spider-
that guy's house, isn't nearly as good as my manor was.
That you never got.
You never saw it. It was beautiful.
Right. I never saw it. It was in Canada.
Well, you do notice the body of that one-armed beggar disappeared, somewhere between the time you went into the Sigmar Temple and left.
Yeah, they ate him.
Maybe we could offer in the castle some of our wares, just to get us to the door.
Yeah.
It should be easy now that we've made a good impression. We may have to wait for this.
We don't need to make a good impression on the guards.
Who else are you going to make a good impression on?
The actual, nobility.
I don't think they take
How
a
do you
shift
plan to
manning
get
the
to
walls.
them? How do you plan to get to the actual nobility with the guards around that you just annoyed?
Like I said, they come out of the castle. Apparently, we could
I
flag
thought
them
we
down
were
if nothing else.
quite charming.
While you guys are discussing all this, are you in your boat? You go into the inn where you can drink? Where you at? You can go to the Sigmar Temple. Sit in the record room. I don't know.
I could do some lunch. I'm going to get some chicken legs.
You're gonna chase down a chicken,
Chicken heads
this
are their
town?
specialties.
Yeah.
3-headed chicken.
Yeah, the guy is very happy to see you back and be serving you food, and his prices are actually quite reasonable.
Excellent.
Your selection is pretty small, though. He doesn't really have a ton of food, but he does what he can.
I'm used to eating the slop we have on the boat, so this is a nice change of pace.
To
Has
be
he
fair,
ever
the stuff
had
on the
any
boat's probably better,
dealings?
but
Has he ever had any dealings with the guard at the castle named Claire? That guy's a dick.
don't know who you're talking about. But I wouldn't mess with any of those guards. They're not right.
What's that mean?
They'll kill you as soon as look at you.
How many of them are there? How well guarded is that?
Then he kind of
place?
catches what he just said, and he kind of walks off and starts, cleaning glasses and stuff. I've said too much. Looks around nervously. Luckily, this time of day, there's really no one else in the tavern. Well, there's like 1 or 2 people, but not a lot. You guys are getting food, drink, and talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves and make a plan, and then I'll have something happen eventually. But I'm giving you a chance to talk first.
Do we think there's another way into the castle?
I mean, there's 5 of us. We can probably take an entire castle worth of guards.
You do have about double their stats.
We've never been stopped before.
Listen, you do hit and run strikes. And you go there and you use your fate points or fortune points, whichever it is, and then you just leave and you come back next session. It all works out.
We don't need to hit and run. We've got
Unstoppable.
explosives on the boat.
Do you?
Griff put explosives on the boat.
That is awesome. Well, Eric, you were asking about how to bring down part of the Sigmar Temple before, and now I've got your answer for you. There's explosives on the boat.
There's a bomb in the baby. The spider baby.
You guys are doing whatever you're doing, talking, trying to figure out what you want to do, figuring out if there's even anything you can do. When you hear Renee's voice yelling at quite a distance for you guys.
Like from the boat?
Probably not quite. Probably more down the end of the dock.
Okay. I'll head down there.
And as you go out to investigate, you see a whole lot of guards down there. Probably about 20 guys in the armor and the face plates. They are currently boarding your boat. There's some of them on it. Theodore and William are standing there. They're like down on their knees, disarmed. Renee is a little further down the dock, and you see her like laying on the ground, like she got clubbed upside the head or something. She's like
So
holding
you're
her face.
saying we should run to the castle right now. Now is the time.
Now might be the time. And so there's about 20 guys, and you'd probably guess roughly half a dozen of them are currently like on your boat.
Okay.
You can see from up here. I don't know that you've made yourself known yet or anything, but
Do you want to
I'm
go?
not going
kill
to
a lot
drop
of
20
people?
guys on there just yet. If this turns
Okay.
into combat, I can. But many of these guys have crossbows.
Why don't you shoot one of them as a warning shot?
Are you?
I think Tilly should fire a warning shot through a guy's head.
I think that's a terrible idea.
We didn't give them permission to be on our boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have rights
I'm not going to do it.
under the Constitution.
We could get them all on our boat and then blow it up.
That'd be a terrible idea. All my money's on the boat.
My hat's on the
Okay.
boat, so that's true.
I guess I walk up to the first guard and say, "Why are you on our boat?"
All right. So as you're coming down, they see you, and one of them
Sure.
who looks
I'm not trying to hide.
who just looks a little fancier, steps forward. You really can't tell these guys apart, although his voice does sound different than the guy you talked to. One sec. You as you're walking up, before he sees you, he's yelling at William and Theodore to get their butts up and get off the dock, or they'll be feeding the crows. So they get up off of their knees and start walking. And you walk. He sees you coming. He goes up to. I mean, he's not like alone or anything, but he's one of the guys who meets you as you come down. And what did you say to him? I didn't hear.
I would like to know why you're on our boat.
Boat's been impounded. You didn't pay the toll for use of this splendid wharf. And before you ask, it's too late to pay now. You know.
We did pay the toll.
You certainly didn't. You could hear like the laughter in his voice. Like obviously.
Yeah, how did Tottenham work for us now, guys? Thanks.
Although to be fair, you can tell this is a different guy than the one you talked to. He might have been there, but this is not the same voice. Move along peacefully, no one will get hurt. Or, we could feed you to the beggars. The beggars are actually kind of gathering, and a few of them actually look a little excited at that suggestion.
How armored is this guy?
Renee's picking himself up. Let me check.
The way this adventure goes could change dramatically in the next couple seconds.
He is wearing... he's got a shield, although it's not readied at the moment. He's got mail pants, a sleeved mail shirt, and a full-face helm. Here,
none of these guys are in like full plate or anything.
Their picture makes it look that way, but no. Here, I'll put him down there.
How many did you just say were on the boat?
His picture looks way more plate mail-y than he actually is. All told, you're counting, roughly 20 guys down there. Many of which, the ones not on the... So there's probably about a dozen on the dock, plus this guy. Many of the ones on the dock are holding crossbows. The ones on the boat look like they've just kind of finished up, making sure no one else is like on the boat still. You don't have a very big boat, so it doesn't take more. But... wonder if I can actually get your boat. Oh no, I hope I didn't delete your boat. I might have. I used to have like a tile I could drop that would get your boat. It was pretty cool. Here's your boat. I don't think this is going to work. I think the scale's going to be wrong. Damn. Yeah, it's a little too big. Oh well. I'm sure I could scale it somehow. Oh god. I give up. I'm just going to delete it.
This dude's encumbered. He should be easy to beat.
Yeah, I got to fix that. For NPCs, a lot of times it doesn't remove the encumbrance when you equip things correctly. It will not let me delete that boat, so I guess it's there forever. Oh, it was locked. Okay. Anyway, we'll be taking your boat until we can properly assess your finds. We're gonna have to get out the big abacus for you lot. And, yeah, we'll let you know when we've got that calculated and you can get it back. So obviously you guys can do whatever you wish here, but what it seems like they're planning to do is take your boat away.
Not our boat.
You know, until you pay the fine.
Do they look like they're actually planning to sail away with it right now, or just they plan to have guards sit on it to keep us off of it?
They look like they will. Yeah, they're preparing to have it sail. Like it'll take them some time. 5-10 minutes.
Where to? We docked the only place that was around, I thought.
Like Griff is physically shaking.
No, I'm asking you, the GM, because I thought this was the only place we could land.
Power.
It's the only place you can land. There is a like a portcullis area under the castle and part of the river that you can like get a boat into, and they can block it off. They call it like the water gate or something. The river, I don't know what it's called. But there's like a lock that they can raise and lower and let boats in or out of. That seems to be where they would be planning to take it.
Okay.
So it would be on the river, but not in an area that you could have ever docked. Well, not without fighting them or something. But yes, to that point, no, there are no good spots just along the river to dock. A lot of it's very rocky, and a lot of it's higher up compared to right here.
And we
Andrew,
specifically went to the castle earlier today to pay the fee. And they wouldn't let us in. Griff is like clearly wants to. So I don't know if people want to stop him from doing that or not.
I'm not stopping him from doing nothing.
What now?
Griff wants to start a fight.
My hat's on that boat.
Very fine hat. Here, let me get the correct number of guys here. Oh, that's you guys. I don't need more of you guys.
Yeah. That's exactly what we want.
Damn it! I fixed these guys so they weren't encumbered, and now they're all encumbered again.
Probably took a bunch of our stuff.
There we go. There you go. Some on the boat. There's some down here.
I mean, Griff is confident we would win.
I mean, given you guys get rerolls.
We'll only lose 2 or 3 of us.
The main thing
Yeah.
is a lot of them have crossbows, and that's scary.
That's scary.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cough in the mic there. Oh, wait, hold on. Your odds just got better. Oh, no, Theodore. I need a token for you. Dude, allergies suck.
So I guess my question is, does anyone give Griff a disapproving look or do anything in any way to be like, don't start anything?
I don't.
I don't understand why I've got, like, I used the same image URL, I thought, for William and Theodore for their token and the thing when you hover over, but they're clearly different. And also, why is there a chicken when you hover over? No one knows. They are disarmed, however, for what it's worth, and Renee is mildly damaged. Anyway.
All right, Griff feels like he has the full cooperation of the party behind him.
No, that is a different thing than what you just asked, but okay.
I mean, Griff is super agitated. And he's not asking for input, but he's mindful of, how his fellow party members may or may not want him to take the initiative so we can win the day.
So is he clenching and unclenching his fist? Is that what's happening here?
Or? He's very agitated.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can think you can take more than 2 of them out in a first strike, I guess go for it. But otherwise, it's not going to go well, and you're putting our boat at even more risk.
Well, if they take our boat away, it's gone.
It's not going to happen.
All right.
As you are standing really close to this guy, he stinks. Like, he smells bad. He smells rotten. It could just be like, like the dude's got a fungus or something, right? But man, it is enough that as you're close to him, is there actually a... I don't know. He just smells real bad. There's like... Actually, make an endurance check, Griff. You're the one who's like right up by him. Yeah, it's actually bad enough that like if you were to fight him right now, you're at a -10 penalty to your weapon skill. Like the smell is strong enough to like negatively affect you. You're like gagging. You're like holding back gagging on it.
Do they smell like those zombie people we fought in the church?
Those weren't zombies, and
I know.
No, those guys. No, that was more like their breath, and like they stunk because they were unwashed. But it was like their breath in particular that was bad. These guys, it's almost like a cloud around them of just stink. But you got to be pretty close before you smell it. So if you're like right up to one talking to them, you're smelling it. Probably Griff and maybe Bernard was up there. The rest of you probably are not smelling it. Maybe like the faintest hint of it in the breeze, but not enough that you're making any sort of checks or anything. Like the Warhammer equivalent of troglodyte stench, really. Anyway, they smell bad. That's all I'm trying to say. Sounds like I'm unclear. Are you attacking or not, Griff? It sounds like you're.
I've
holding
been
back.
trying. Like it keeps not working when I click the button, but we're getting there. Oh, I didn't have my drop down selected.
Oh, you actually are swinging?
Oh, I'm going to shoot him in the face.
All right, so you're pulling your gun and firing?
I'm backing away. I see this happening.
All right, give me an initiative roll before you do anything else then. That's fine. Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and shoot him if you want. You didn't succeed, but you succeeded by enough. I was trying to see if they're surprised or not.
Yeah.
As you're standing there talking to him, and then finally you're just like, all right. And you
I will take 10 off for the...
pretty good roll. Versus 93, huh?
That doesn't sound right unless there's crazy... Like,
well, point
those
blank.
are called...
Point blank's plus 40.
All right. I did take... It was giving me plus 40, and then I did a called shot was plus 20, and then I took 10 off that for the minus. So I gave myself a plus 10 total modifiers.
So you blast him directly in his metal helm. It dents in significantly. He screams in pain.
You didn't pay the griff tax.
Oh, hold on a sec here. Something I can trade to you? It's not going to work. Nope. There was somewhere that told me what to do, like in Foundry, to make that. Let's see if I can find it. The sting. But I'll never find it. I'm not going to worry about it. You'll just have to mind do it manually right now. All right. Well, you pull out your gun and fire, and that kick starts, I guess, a whole lot of fun.
You didn't even kill the guy.
Let's put people in combat.
I'm gonna. Mostly, I want to see this new magic sword.
Griff, you're first.
Okay.
Actually, hold on a sec. Let me decide if his helmet would get blown off or blown open, or probably not. Probably not. I mean, there might. Yeah, probably not without a crit. All right, go ahead.
Well, immediately after shooting, I just drop my pistol on the ground and go sorting.
Okay. He is no longer surprised.
Minus 10. Well, that's not great.
Yeah, one sec. I'm gonna go.
We got to make this as good as possible. I'll reload that and probably do worse. Yeah.
Was that worse?
That is. Yes.
You've been trained to fight shoulder to shoulder with other soldiers. If an enemy causes you to lose advantage when standing beside an enemy ally with drill talent, you may keep one lost advantage. Okay, that's terrific. Also,
yeah, that one didn't get rebuilt for.
I guess I should have just spent the point to go +1, but I'm stupid.
I think it didn't quite work right, but I'm gonna go fix your roll up there. All right, he is going to parry. He handily parries, partially because he's got people standing beside him, which, I don't know, they kind of fall into a formation, which he gets a bonus for. Anyway, he parries your blow. Dirk, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm running up and
I'm going to position these guys a little better. I just kind of had dragged them out there. I think there would have been a little group formed up. There probably would have been a couple back by the ship here.
basically I'm attacking this guy. I am mindful of positioning where I want to make it so that like anyone who has crossbows likely can't fire a clean shot on me.
Right. You're trying to keep your them between you. Okay. Hey, Dirk, give me an endurance check.
All right, give me a second to find where that is. Oh, I see it. Ooh, that is bad.
Here we go. Nice. Did you make it? I'm sorry, I wasn't watching. Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you stomached the scent without problem.
Yeah, ain't nothing I ain't smelled before. All right, so do I attack or what?
Yeah, if that's what you're doing, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Andrew. You're just gonna have to remember -10. I thought there was a thing I could drag to you, but
Yeah, that's fine. It does seem like it should be easy to just be like to have something like that, but whatever.
well, I do see a thing. It feels like I don't like the name of it's gonna whatever. I don't care. In character, you don't know what this is. I don't know if that actually worked. We'll see if it. Let me know if a -10 pops up on your next roll. All right, Dirk, you are going in. You're doing a called shot to his armored head.
Yeah,
He parries.
Oh, that's not good.
So what you're getting is individually they don't have very good. Well, they're not terrible, but they don't have the greatest skill. But they are definitely very good at working as a team.
Just like us.
They have the drilled talent, which when they're fighting shoulder to shoulder with someone else, it gives them some success level bonuses. Not to mention, I mean, you're smacking the guy with a metal helm in the head, so thematically, if not mechanically, it was not super effective. Bernard, you need to give me a endurance roll too.
My endurance.
Definitely, you are getting a whiff of what they are doing.
What?
What?
I've got a modifier for endurance test rolled to resist cold exposure.
Weird.
I'll uncheck that one.
All right, you stomach the stink just fine too.
All right.
Now you can do whatever you're doing. I am taking Renee out of combat. She's not planning to get involved. Pretty good roll, Dave. Pretty good roll.
Well, if they had won that, I would have been apologizing and see if we could end the combat.
I'll go jump in the river and just take our chances.
He got really good bonuses, but I rolled terrible. So yeah, you bring your sword down on his head, it looks like, and lop his head off.
No ticket.
As his skull splits, you see the flesh of his face is like rotted and decaying, And, split in half now, too.
Yep. These guys don't have the legal authority to take our vote.
If he were alive right now, you would actually be making a fear test because of what you're seeing there is so unnatural. And
so you're saying the closed-faced helmets were specific to this adventure for a reason?
Yes.
Trent, you're up.
So this guy's dead.
Oh yeah, let me.
Does that seem to
Just
shake
take
their
those away.
morale at
Thank
all?
you, but take those away.
Just let me loot them real quick, and then you can take them off.
Or it will go badly. You want to bet? No.
Does that seem to shake their resolve at all? That their leader's down?
I think the answer is no, but that's a good question.
Okay. Especially in 2 hits, he's taken out.
It's easier to just kill them all now anyway.
So to be fair, that wasn't really 2 hits, but
Oh, it was a gun to the face and a sword, right?
Yeah, most people would die from that. It's not like you're saying something special there, but there were more attacks than that. All right, so Eric's swinging at this guy. He does not have a friend shoulder to shoulder with him right now. Let's find out if this works, Eric. It did something, but he would get his toughness.
It did it right.
I don't know if it did. I don't think he's got a toughness.
No, if you click on it, it says toughness bonus 3, AP -0 to ignored, shield -2, bear cool, ignore non-magical AP.
Huh.
Although I still would have thought that'd be 13, not 11.
Shield. Okay, it did 2 from shield. That's why. I guess it can still. I don't know. I could see the shield. I guess a shield kind of has to work because otherwise, why would a sword even parry? It looks right.
What?
I'm sorry. What?
What do you mean by that? No, the shield shouldn't benefit him.
Well, the shield
for
was.
damage.
The shield is, according to the thing. I can see a case either way on that. Well, I'll take it off.
I mean, the thing you pasted me was ignore AP of any non-magical armor or shield.
Oh, it actually had the word shield. Even better.
Yes.
Well, they didn't code it very well, did they? All right. Let me give him 2 more damage, which actually is enough to drop it. So, problem solved.
I want a shard blade.
All right. Tilly, what you doing up there?
I'm trying to take cover. This looks like a substantial piece of rock here.
Then we can dress up as guards and go infiltrate the castle. It's going to be great.
Sure, you got like half cover up there.
And then I'm going to shoot this guy. Because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Phew!
I believe in you. You were reloading. Good job. You reloaded against him successfully.
It's like
I would have been like,
Well,
which one of those do you want to take? I know which one I want.
Well, I'll take the. I'm just gonna make it a 76. That hits.
I think if you can let him take the second one, but we then institute the rule that if you fire and your thing wasn't loaded, it wasn't loaded.
No one wants that.
Ah, shit. All these guys have crossbows, but none of them are equipped, so I gotta dick around with each of them. All right. Well. Yeah, I guess this guy will shoot at Trent. I think you're going to get dodge, probably, Trent. Let's check. Reloading. God damn it.
Should have taken the teal at him.
Trent, was this point blank? It was. You can have a dodge.
You only have to roll 1 crossbow. Derek's got to manage like 12.
Yeah.
Still not worth it.
Well, that was a good one. Do you want to reroll or anything?
Nope.
The guy steps out, swings around, shoots at Trent in the head. Maybe it happened to be the head. He wasn't actually aiming. So most of these guys had crossbows out. I'm going to say this guy in front probably didn't. Dirk, wait. Yeah, I'm just going to go through. I'm not going to go down their list because they're all the same. Dirk, I'm going to attack you now with a... That is you. I tried to attack yourself with crossbow pistol. That would have been weird. This man attempts to hit you with a sword. He does not get a drill bonus because you killed the guy shoulder to shoulder with him. That is you, Al.
So I get to dodge, right?
Dodge or parry, whatever you prefer. Pretty darn good. This guy... I guess I'll raise his crossbow and shoot Bernard. You know, honestly... I'm going to shoot Griff. Griff's
What
the
the
one who
fuck did I
started.
do?
Griff's the one who started it. He's the one they would have been looking for.
He was the one looking twitchy.
Yeah.
He started it.
Well, good news for you. That guy missed his 20% chance to miss. Let's check this other guy. Sorry, every time the first time they shoot, I have to go, like, equip their weapon, load it. Hey, Griff, would you like to take a point of armor off your right leg?
I would like to do that.
Would
Who
you
was
like
shooting
to
that?
roll a dodge? This one right here.
Oh. Trap. Combat. Left leg, right leg. Bam.
Probably step back a little bit. Fire, too. Good job. You dodged it.
Bobbing and weaving.
We're getting there. You know what? I need to... I know what I gotta do. All right. I need to fix this guy. Load his crossbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Now I don't have to set them individually. Hey, Griff. Dodge that one.
So the guy that was standing in front of me for the whole combat round doesn't count anymore? Or he does?
I've never counted it against you guys.
Well, I don't... What do you mean?
You're talking about the guy who you currently beheaded and is dead? He's
Oh,
not providing
no, the
cover?
guy that was standing right in front of me that crossbowed me. And then backed up.
The guy who was right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No.
Clear shots.
Just like you guys. No. I don't typically worry where you were earlier in the round. Wow.
Well, this isn't going as well as I thought it might go.
That is really good armor, though, dude. Oh, your shield.
Dude, ranged weapons are killers.
Yeah, they are.
I have never taken less than 10 damage on a ranged shot.
Adam, this guy's going to shoot back at you. I'm giving him a minus. Anyone remember how the cover works? I'm giving Adam like half cover, basically.
I don't know how it works.
I'll give him minus 20. Sounds good, right? That's the same as someone
Sure.
being in the way. Sorry, this guy I have to load the crossbow for because he had damage and I didn't want to delete him. I did not give him minus 20. Let me do that. Adam, would you like to take a point off your right leg armor?
Yes.
Do that. And then you should dodge. You can't dodge. Can you dodge? You can't dodge. Your leg must have been sticking out from behind the rock. But that's better than a head hit.
Take a point off of my leg armor.
You go to combat and you go to the correct leg and you click on the orange number.
You
move it up
either
or down.
right or left click. Some of these other guards back here are yelling. The ones on the boat were not ready for combat. They were doing their stuff, so they're not doing anything this round. The ones on the boat. The guys back here do not have as clean of shots. They might be all shooting at Tilly. Nah. They're forming up and aiming their crossbows right now, but not firing. They're waiting for a clear shot. Yeah, that's effectively what they do. The four back here, just for everyone, they've all got crossbows out and they're aiming down mostly at Griff. So he'd be the only one they get an actual aim bonus at. But certainly what they're effectively doing is readying for a clear shot to fire.
Cowards.
Yeah, pretty much. And that is that round. We're back to Griff. Griff, at the moment, you do not have a minus 10. Well, give me another endurance check. If you're, what are you doing? Are you moving up or are you moving away?
I'm moving up.
Okay. This guy has a melee weapon. Pretty much everyone else up here doesn't at the moment, although they'll be drawing them, but they will not get their shields this round. And they might be doing dodges rather than melee, depending who goes first. I guess if they go first, they'll get their shield, but I don't think any of them do. You can give me another endurance check to see if you've overcome the awfulness. Nope. This guy is going to have to dodge. I'll try anyway. Not very good. He goes down.
No, I didn't want her to go down. I hold him up. I don't think I can survive our crossbow bolts to the chest.
Give me how much advantage do you guys have?
That would have given a 4th point, I think.
If you want to spend the 4 advantage for an action, I will let you grab his body and use it as a shield.
Okay.
Otherwise, no, he goes down.
How effective a shield is that?
Well, it depends. They probably won't fire if he's there.
Okay.
If they do, I don't know. Pretty good, I'd say. You're not going to be able to melee while you're holding the guy, though, right?
Right, well.
Because, I assume you got shield in one hand.
Throw him down when I'm ready to run at the next guy.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Yeah, I think that's fine for 4 advantage, basically. They were all ready to take the shot, and then they're like, God damn it. You know what? Let me see if any of them waste a shot. One of them does fire, and it just, well... He missed anyway, but yeah, one of them fires. That one. And it just... doesn't even hit his friend, actually goes flying. He probably jerked it away at the last second. Okay, that was you. Dirk Benedict. How many people have been hit so far? Just Griff? Trent, too. I should have 2 advantage.
I was going to say, no.
Tilly got hit.
And Tilly.
Trent got hit in the face.
My advantage is not working correctly. Weird. All right.
I'm gonna attack that guy again.
You guys should keep an eye on your advantage too, because for all I know, it's not giving it to you.
I've got it up. I'm watching it.
Dirk, you're up. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't actually expect this one to go into combat.
None of us did.
I haven't even thought about the
Adventure implications.
no, the 2v1, 3v1, but I guess so far it hasn't mattered much.
Yeah.
It's not been melee. That is probably gonna miss Dirk, but we shall see. You did not target the man, but that's okay.
I totally fucking clicked on his ass. I like
he didn't crit, so it really doesn't matter. You missed him. It's fine.
absolutely fucking.
Bernard, you're up.
Oh. Was that me, Derek? You got real spotty there.
It was not just you, Dave.
I heard
Okay.
it, but I thought I was getting feedback from someone else.
All right.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Does
Yeah.
Dirk look like he need help? Or
Yeah, I'm not sure I can hit these guys.
Well, Dirk is not wounded, if that's what you mean. He's got... So here's what's going on. This guy is meleeing Dirk.
right.
Pretty much, there's 3 guys down here who have crossbows readied, who are, like, waiting to take a shot at Griff. One of them actually did. There's 3 left who haven't shot. Trent took a pretty good hit. Crossbow bolt to the head, which I guess is helm
From that
deflected
guy.
enough that he didn't die.
This guy shot Tilly, and this guy missed Griff.
So most of these guys who didn't ready a crossbow shot are, like, in the process of drawing swords, but don't have them out yet.
Right. I'll go.
And I probably will not give them shields because I don't know. You
Can I
guys still
tell
wear
which?
shields all the time.
Am I able to tell which direction Griff is gonna start heading when he starts attacking? Because if
you
Griff
can-
looks like he's gonna take that guy, I'll go
When-
up and take this guy.
When you can tell, you let me know.
Okay.
I
I'll
don't,
just
I
go
don't,
up
think,
and take this
I
guy
don't
then.
think Griff knows.
All right.
Hey, Griff has language classical. He just can't read. Pretty good roll, Dave. But I'm going to take a point off his armor. Which guy was that? The one right in front of you?
Yeah, this guy. This guy.
Yeah, body.
Should have
body
known
armor?
something was up when these guys didn't have adjectives.
Right. Well, it's a good thing he's got 1 hit point left.
All right.
You just crit him when he swings at you. It'll be fine.
Brent. Yeah, that guy's going to get his.
Damn.
It's pretty
Hey.
good. Yeah. That chops right through him, goes through his armor like butter. Down he goes. Let me see if that was right. He has a toughness of 3. Yeah, that was right. I'm good. Yeah. Well, I'm having him be dead because I don't want to track 20 guys of crits, but that would have been funny to keep him up with just a missing finger.
Amputated a finger.
It's your turn.
Tilly. Oh, Jesus.
Now I'm gonna really reload my gun, my crossbow.
You just need to carry 15 crossbows.
It's your turn.
Finish him.
Did it perfectly.
All right, this guy pulls out a sword. Sorry, this guy near Griff pulls out a sword. And Griff, you are faced with a choice.
Yeah.
Let him get behind you, or turn, but then the crossbow guys get to fire.
So I get no defense on a behind.
I'm gonna give you a defense still, but probably a dodging defense. I think if you're holding that body, you can't really parry. but I'd give you a dodge.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It's plus 20 for behind. Well, he barely succeeded, so just don't F your dodge up.
Got a 50-50. Oh, minus 10.
You can
So-
reroll that if you wish.
Yeah, I guess.
That was exactly the same?
This game is stupid.
Slightly better. Well, you soaked 10 of the
1
11 damage
damage.
she did, so there's that.
I think I used a fortune point for that.
You soaked 10 damage? Holy cow.
Is that right? Like,
I don't know. You got 4 toughness. Oh, it's giving you your shield. You should take 3 more for your shield. It doesn't know that your shield's not so apply. So you had 11.
yeah.
You should have only had 8, so it's 3 damage.
Okay, I took it.
Wait. It was 11.
3's.
You should have taken 8. Or you should have taken off 8. Yeah, you should take 2 more damage.
Okay. Then
I did not touch that. I'll let you do that. Sentry. Okay, this guy pulls out a sword. I got to do that. 1 second. Crossbow. He's going to murder you, Dave. He's going to murder you the most. None of these guys are getting their drill bonus right now because you have broken their ranks. He fumbles, so that's fun for him.
Maybe he'll do his last point of damage to himself.
Do your defense first. I do your defense because sometimes it screws it up otherwise. Alright, so you parry, and he... I don't remember what weapon damage does.
It says next round you'll act last regardless of initiative order.
Yeah, I'll totally remember that. They're last anyway, so it really doesn't matter. There's some, I think maybe you do 1 less damage with your weapon. I'm just going to lower his weapon damage by 1, but I don't actually remember what it does. Should he ever hit you, it will do 1 less damage.
Okay.
Okay, so this guy pulls out a sword. Buddy pulls out a sword. Griff,
Yes,
you're running into
reduces
trouble
damage
here
by
as they
1.
start coming up on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an awesome sidestep or something. It's gonna be great.
What'd you say, Eric? I missed it.
Yes, it reduces weapon damage by 1. If weapon damage is reduced to +0 or strength bonus +0, the weapon is mangled beyond all recognition.
Does it say how much damage they can usually take?
Their bonus. That's what I was just saying.
Oh, I got you. I followed. Sorry, I was.
If their bonus goes to 0.
All right, this guy back here actually backs up behind his friends and tries to reload.
Yeah.
Fails. He's panicking too hard. The other one though does draw a sword, come up on Griff. He gets near his friend, but he's not actually rear to you. He's not smart enough to just rip that guy out of your hands. But he does have a very good roll, which you may dodge. Alternately, you could drop the body and parry, but then, you risk the other effect of that.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to maintain this forever.
Yeah, that does seem problematic. That was good defense. Wait, I succeeded? Really?
Gang up bonus or something?
It's because it's the drill adds +2. Well, 1 damage to your head. You'll survive, I think.
It's looking less and less likely.
What am I missing? There's something that was about to happen. I don't know. So there were 3 guys waiting to fire. One maybe has a shot on Trent, but they weren't really looking at him. Billy, you're behind the rock reloading.
Right.
The guys on the boat all are getting crossbows readied. You guys definitely can tell, like, there's going to be a lot of crossbow bolts coming in a minute here. So I think that's it for me this round. But you guys definitely realize you're standing in a big field of fire here. In terms of things that would give you cover, obviously, if you can get to this house, there's like all the bag. You know, honestly, there's a bunch of beggars. Hold on. I mean, depending on how you're feeling. Oops, that's Griff.
All right. Things are looking up.
Have they not been running away from the combat?
Not really. So like they were up here. A lot of them, like this is where they hang out. This boathouse, a lot of times. So a lot of them they're honestly just too slow and lazy to bother. There's more in the house, but there's a few out here. If you were looking for human cover and you can get to there, that could potentially do it. Giving you an option is all I'm saying. Meanwhile, let's see. What are your boat people probably doing? They certainly aren't sticking around to fight. They saw Tilly up that way.
At the very least, they could throw their chickens at somebody.
Wait, can they run that far? Oh, yeah.
Are they in combat?
Is this the right scale? This is crazy. It is uphill, so they'd be going a little slower. They've probably booked up the hill by now.
I think they're not in combat, so they can move however they want.
That might be, but it was still 12 yards, which is the within the normal, like 16's the thing. Whatever. Wait, how big does that make the inn? It's not what I wanted. 6 yards, 18 feet, 20-foot building. That's not real big. I feel like the scale's a little off, but whatever. We're gonna go with it. Griff, we're back to you.
I'm going to heroically dodge and move forward with my man.
So if all you're doing is dodging, you get plus 20 on any defense rolls you have.
And jumping in the water and see if I can kill myself that way.
You're wearing how much weight?
A lot.
Okay. So you are holding on to the dude, and you're doing the running jump off the pier?
Yeah, but I'm engaged with two guys, so...
Yeah, so you can give me dodge rolls. Just do 2 dodge rolls, and I'll do 2 combat rolls, because it's really just to see if they succeed, not to see if they hit. One more dodge roll. Wow, those are bad.
So to confirm,
yeah,
our guy who has the best armor and is taken effectively the least amount of damage is bailing on the fight first.
Well, he's pretty wounded, but otherwise, yeah.
I'm not done. I'm strategically maneuvering.
All right,
but I'm very close to going down.
Those were bad dodges, so they will get to attack you.
Took 18 damage there.
So hold on, Griff. You can dodge that though. I think you get to dodge when you're on our way, right? I don't know. We're doing it. You can dodge, and I think all you were doing was dodging, so I'm giving you plus 20. Which you probably didn't do. He does, however, hit you upside the head pretty well. You didn't need that eyeball. You can spend fortune or whatever to counter that crit if you want.
I mean, I'm wearing a helmet.
Yeah, that was crit because you're out of health, not because it rolled.
Oh.
So if you want, you can spend one of your big points just to have yourself not get it. Otherwise, you gain 3 blinded, 2 bleeding, and a stunned, and you're in the water. So, but to be fair, that would probably happen before you get to the water.
Which point is that?
Fate.
The big.
Resilience. Which one?
Fate. Yeah, fate.
Okay, I guess we'll let the next guy kill me then.
You could miss. You dodge that one. So far, so good. Add plus 20. All right, you dodge the second one. So yeah, you splash into the water. The body probably comes with you.
And then I want to just try and get under the pier.
Yeah,
and
I don't know what's going to happen with that yet.
Yeah, we can worry about that in
Why
a
don't
bit.
you start looking up swim rules while you're doing it? Because I'm real curious how that interacts with armor.
It must be easy, I guess. I mean, it's not like swim is a skill that I have.
So these guys, yeah, those guys. Okay, Dirk, you're up. Griff just disappeared.
All right. Yeah, it seems kind of like not what I expected. I'm clicking the fucking guy.
For what it's worth, you judge him however you want. I will say he is very well damaged. So that was not a. He didn't run out with full health. I'll tell you that. He did start the shit show though.
Just got to sneak out of the boat and get those explosives. Get the full win.
I mean, he probably sees it as a win.
You spend a fortune point, they die, and you don't. It's great. Dirk, you look like you're attacking. You didn't target him, but that's okay. We don't need you to target people.
I targeted that. I fucking said it. I did it. It fucking looked like it did it. Like, seriously, there's something. I want to screen share the next time. I'm fucking clicking it. I
Control
swear
F5.
to God.
Bernard. So there's just the one guy on you, and he's almost dead. You can tell. He's just holding on. However, there are 3 guys with crossbows who no longer have a target. And there are these 2 guys who are probably now looking for someone to engage. So, but they're not on you yet. And all of you get to go before they do. If you stay here, you will certainly get engaged.
Sure. Will I get engaged before those guys shoot at me?
Those guys are looking for a clean shot, although they might be at the point they might just end up shooting anyway.
Okay. I'm going to take this guy out, hopefully.
Yeah, that'll probably give him a shot.
Not if these guys engage, is it?
Depends how they engage you. They can engage from the south.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could still hit them. It's just that being in melee is being in melee. So yeah, you're right to an extent.
All right, I'm going to hit this guy.
Yeah, you're right. There's really no difference between them being on... I've treated it different a lot of times in terms of what kind of penalties I give, but...
Okay.
Anyway. This guy will try to parry. He is dead, Dave. He is very dead.
Can I now spend 2 advantage and disengage?
Did you guys have more than 3 right now?
I just got the 3rd.
And I feel like I should have at least 4 because I hit Andrew.
I don't know
why it's not working.
When did you hit me?
When you were running.
I'm going to...
No, that didn't hit me.
from harm.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
To here.
Oh, you're charging into him.
Yes, I use those. Well, I can't. Can I attack and then move, or do I have to?
Yeah, you can attack and then move.
Knock that guy on the edge into the water, and he'll just drown.
Yeah, I'm getting up in his face, so it's going to be really hard for them to shoot at me.
This guy here had fired already and can't. The other ones have been waiting for a shot. So as soon as that guy drops, theoretically they can shoot at you. I'm going to, regardless of the range, I'm going to give you the dodge, though.
Sure. This will be bad.
And I think I'm only going to have 2 of them shoot at you.
All right.
Let's move you back. Hold on. I'll put his roll back to 49, but I want to make sure it's the right range when he fires.
And dodge.
So it was, I said a 49. Oh, god damn it. Now he's reloading.
Wait, what's happening?
I'm trying to fix this. Just give me 1 sec. I pulled an atom. All right. That was point blank anyway, so you would have gotten a dodge either way. All right. Yeah. So you drop your guy. They finally have a target to fire at. 2 of them fire at you. 1 of them just shot you in the body. You can roll a dodge.
Oh, Jesus.
It hurt. Do you want to keep going towards them?
Um,
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't want you shooting again either way.
yeah. Hold on.
God,
I can't
that
roll
I
that
fired with the wrong one. Hold on.
All right.
Well, no,
I
they're both
guess I
firing
will-
at it. Well, they're both firing at the same time, so it doesn't really matter yet what you're doing.
Sure. I won't re-roll that dodge.
That's fine. If you had a good roll, you can keep it. I don't care.
No, I had a bad roll. That's why I was thinking about re-rolling it.
Oh, that's what you're trying. Yeah, if you want to re-roll it, that's fine.
No, that's fine.
I don't care.
I'm good.
The other one misses you big time when he fires. He somehow, I don't know, he gets jostled by... So the guy who was reloading was backing up to reload because he doesn't want to be in melee when it's happening. That's what he's doing this round. He's not there yet. He jostled into the other guy right as he fires. The crossbow goes flying out of his hands into the water. It's gone.
Okay.
That is that fumble. I'm deleting it off his sheet. All right, so back to the one that hit you. Yeah, if you want to reroll, you could. It's up to you.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Then
Um,
we're back to the rest of your action. You're moving now. This guy down here still has a readied crossbow, but he was kind of tracking Griff the most. And I'm feeling like he might do something else rather than fire you. He might
All right.
fire you. Who knows?
We need to get away from these ranged guys.
I will note there are 8 more guys on the boat preparing
Yeah, I know.
crossbows. Okay.
That's why we need to get out. I'm gonna come down here and hopefully give some cover for Dirk to get out of there if he wants to. Next time around, I guess. I don't know.
All
Done.
right. And you got a little physical cover there from the guys in front of you.
Yeah.
Trent, what are you doing? Just to recap where things are at. Guys near
Everyone's
you
running
have
away.
melee
Yes.
weapons out. This guy has a crossbow.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
Griff started shit he couldn't keep up with, then ran away, so we're running away. So I run away.
All right, you got pretty good cover there.
It's your turn.
Damn, it gets me every time.
I'm worried only hearing it from me.
But you're probably the only one who has it turned on.
I want it turned on. I want to know where that is.
I'll take a shot at this guy. And then I'll run away.
Which one?
I don't know, this guy right here.
Okay. If it matters to you, this guy looks like he's trying to draw. He should have shot at Trent, but I was too slow to think of it. This guy's got a readied crossbow. The other 3 up there have melee weapons.
Okay, I'll shoot that guy. Thanks
They're
for
all
the suggestion.
They're all dangerous. I just wanted to let you know, like, what everyone's got. Well, that was pretty good. He will, however, spend... Does he have leg armor? He does. He loses a point of leg armor, and then he probably can't dodge because that's not point blank, so you hit him. You got him in the leg. He's right on the edge of the pier. I'm going to give him a dex test agility test, rather, at plus 20. He falls into the water.
Haha! All according to plan.
Just because it's more fun that way.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be him and Griff in the underwater death match.
He's got a crossbow readied. Now he's got it's a harpoon gun. All right. Well, I'm gonna move these bodies out of the way. These other 2, I guess, are moving up. Dave, defend. Dave, defend again. Good job. All right.
Wait a
The
minute.
guys on the boat will be ready to shoot at people next round, and I think I think the one on Dirk hasn't gone yet. Everyone else is gone. Dirk, you got a swing coming at you.
All right.
Pretty bad swing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna die.
Good time to use rerolls. We got about 10 minutes left, too, by the way. You dodged it. All right, we're gonna probably do one more round of combat.
Well, here's my suggestion. We got 4 points. That's 2 for me and 2 for Dirk to disengage and get out of here.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom real quick.
How's that sound, Dirk?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. That is the flee from harm button. I don't know if that means we'll pick readied shots or not when we get far enough away, but at least we won't take shots when we, at least we won't get hit by the melee guys using that.
Well, I guess my question is, can I weave? Like, because I'm not very
Run
far
into
from
the people.
Yeah, from the people, so I might try and weave in through them to that
In the
building
daggers?
over there on the left. Yeah.
You will all get to go before they fire, so I will consider your position after your turn for them firing at you. No one is ready to fire right now. So that said, as far as you're spending 2 to get away, yeah, it means you can disengage without those guys getting free swings on you. Griff, you are up. You were in the water. Did you happen to look up?
All right. So I guess my question is, like, is this the start of water, or is it like deep at that point? How deep is this water?
Where you're at is probably over your head, but if you get a little more, probably here, it's about chest height, and then you could pull yourself out.
I want to just be under the docks and try and hold myself up like on a post.
Well, there's certainly the posts there.
I don't want to alarm you, but there are no swimming rules other than swim's advanced, and I don't have it. But there's no.
Oh, you don't
This
even
is
know how
how
to swim.
swimming. No.
If you have swim, you're automatically presumed to be able to swim without a test. But if you find yourself in difficult, okay.
So if I can't even get to a post, then I can just die here. That's fine too.
No, you're near a post. Give me an athletics roll. That's good. So you can get up under the dock and
just not drowned, basically.
yeah, you're going to be slow moving in armor under there, but you could. What are you wearing right now?
Don't you worry about that.
It's not plate, so it's not the worst. I mean, you're heavy, but
yeah.
How's
this guy doing over here?
There's with that sort of athletics roll, you could definitely make yourself. You could either work yourself more towards the boat or more towards the dock. The shore. You could work yourself in a direction.
Well, that depends on how this guy's doing. Does this guy down here swim, or is he just sinking, or like what's his deal?
Yeah, he doesn't swim. Let's see how he athletics.
I guess if I'm confident, I would see if I can get over here and like maybe pull another guy down so he can drown.
That is unlikely for you to be able to do that.
Oh, I want to be in a position to be able to do that if the situation presents itself.
This other guy is kind of trying to do the same thing you are. He ends up tearing off his helmet too. which apparently wasn't equipped. Neat. Stupid him. Anyway, no, yeah, he made his athletics check. He's kind of grabbing onto the dock and trying to not drown. And he rips his helmet off and drops his sword and shield, like he's going full on survival mode. You see his, horribly rotted flesh face. It's disgusting. You don't really want to go near him. Give me a willpower roll.
Willpower.
A fear check, basically. Yeah, you really don't want to go in the direction of that guy, and you're smart enough to realize probably they're all like that, and you're probably a little creeped out at the moment. That's not going to necessarily make you do anything other than, you don't want to go towards that guy without succeeding at some will checks. If he were to come towards you, you might get scared, but he's probably not going to do that. Dirk, you are up. What are you doing?
So the question is, hold on, let me see.
It's amazing how much worse it is for me that guy went in the water.
But more fun.
Looks like I can get behind that building.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. Using the 2 points of...
Done. Got it. I've got to have hit more than 3 times, right? That advantage can't be right. But whatever. I mean, I think Griff's taken 3 hits.
You have not hit me.
I got it once.
Trent once, Bernard once, Griff at least 3 times.
I've only been hit twice that counted.
Oh, really?
They were just big hits. Yeah. As far as wait, no, because there was one that just did 1 damage.
Yeah,
so I guess
that's
it
what
was 3.
There we go. Fixed. I'm not spending it right now anyway. But Dirk, you ran for cover. Bernard, you spending 2?
He can still take an action, right?
He could.
I mean, if he had a ranged weapon.
I have a hand crossbow, which I don't think is going to be accurate enough to do anything.
You
useful.
could technically stab and run too, but you always risk the fact that they could counterattack on the...
Yeah, I haven't hit a guy yet, so I feel like I'm just...
Right.
The first one was not bad. The first one was pretty good.
Oh, that's true.
All right, I'll hit somebody and then run. Combat.
They all look... I think all 3 of those are full health.
Yeah.
Hey, nice. I'm gonna take it out. Which guy is this? Can you ping him? Which guy, Dave?
It was the bottom one.
Is right leg armor. Someone else took right leg. Wasn't him though.
Tilly took right leg.
He, however, parries with his buddies, falling into formation with him and fighting as a team. Anyway, you can run now.
I'll spin the 2. Did you already do that?
Yeah, I did it.
Yep. All right. How far can I get?
Until it turns red. Technically, you can go a little farther with an athletics check.
16 yards? Oh, okay. I'll come back here and start switching weapons just in case.
If you want to run, you can make an average... Oh, no, that takes an action. That takes your action and not your move.
Yep.
You get a few extra yards out of it, usually not a lot. All right, so you guys, I think you're all in cover except... Tilly, are you shooting? Because if you're shooting...
No, I'm booking it.
All right, hold on, you're not up. My bad. Trent, you're first, and then Tilly goes. I assume you guys are just getting maximal cover here.
Yeah, head off into the town and try to disappear.
Same for you, Tilly? I don't need the exact position. All right. Then I'm not going to end combat because we still got to worry about Griff, but I am going to end it for tonight. but I'll leave advantage where it's at, and I'll leave. Well, you guys will get your fate, fortune, whatever back.
I just need my experience so I can purchase swimming.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna give that out. I'm not gonna give that out yet. Well, I'll give it out, but you can't spend it yet. All right. But you did show that one guy who's boss.
Yeah, I'm considering this a win.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. This doesn't look good for Griff.
Odds aren't great.
All right, there we end. We need a mini scale boat for next time. What'd you say?
I said, what a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm out.
Me too. Later.
Later.
See you later. And that one.
I think Eric's mad at me.
He started off mad at me.
Eric's always mad at someone.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know. I mean, I was as clear as possible that like I'm gonna start shit if you don't stop me. Nobody wanted to stop me. We did that twice.
They said multiple times don't do it, but they didn't actually take action. So, I don't know. I chalk that up as to you guys having real shitty communication in your party.
Heck yeah. I'll talk to you guys later.
Man, we need to get like 10 guys with crossbows. We'd be unstoppable.
I mean, you were lucky. Most of those shots were dodgeable. Usually it's just they hit or they don't, and it sucks.
Yeah. Well, my next round, I can get a vial from my belt and get 4 health back. And then after that, I don't know what my plan is.
Yeah.
Maybe just go underwater and then miraculously wash up on shore somewhere else. Have like 1 fortune point a game or whatever. Maybe 2.
That fortune point, I mean, whatever that happens, a fortune point can save you in that sense.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at Plex.
You're really bad at it, and it's impressive.
It was worse today. So I downloaded.
Did you really download it? Because before you didn't download something, and I don't know how that happened.
I don't either, but yes, I really downloaded the How to Train Your Dragons animated movies because I was listening to the EFAP review of the live action. I'd never actually seen them, so I was like, all right, I'll check them out. And the first one was on Max, so I just watched it on Max, and it was fine. So I downloaded that one, and then the second and the third one. I'm watching the second one, and it's fucking part of it's like really, really fucking dark. And same with the third one. So on the third one, I finally, and I got to do some testing, but it sure seems like there is a problem with Plex where it's darker than it should be. Like it seemed like it was quite a bit lighter in VLC. And I did some checking, and